right, here we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, got you. All right, I'm still trying to get all this stuff together in a second. Yo, what's up, Landon? What's going on, bro? What's going on? What's up? Life will change. Welcome. I'm waiting for more of you guys to come in before we start this discussion and stuff. So give yourself some time to get yourself together. All right, let me get these lever links together and everything. Also, shoot me the link to your YouTube channel in the private chat, Boris.
Alrighty.
So I can put that stuff in there when people get here.
Yeah, I was in the middle of so I didn't know you was gonna come this early.
Yeah, Landon said, Master Boris.
Hi.
Yeah, so yeah, wait for more people to come in while I still get this stuff together and everything.
Alrighty then. Where it go? Okay. Here's the link.
Yeah, shoot me whatever links that you want me to share. Just put in the private chat. And I'll share that stuff.
I'll put it on the Discord.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. I was in the middle of getting something from Amazon.
Yeah. Take your time. No rush. Take your time.
Actually, no. I'm looking for a package. Okay. All right. The plate's coming tomorrow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some links.
Yeah. When you look on the StreamYard, there's a category that says private chat. You can pull.
Okay. I see it.
Yeah, post it there. Only me you can see it.
Okay. Everybody's blowing me up all of a sudden.
Let's see.
Hold on for a second.
He said, what's up, Mooga Lord? He said, nice to meet you, Boris. My boy
nice
Cameron.
To meet you too. Let me see what's going on. Not Cameron 919. Can't even talk today.
All right, let me see.
Hold on.
I get my other stuff, links and stuff to my normal thing here. Let me grab this.
Here's my Twitch.
Cool. Yeah, just paste all that in the private chat, and I'll
I stream on Kick too.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Landon says, I know this is early for questions, but are you two ready for the beta of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves tomorrow?
Yes, I am ready for the beta.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about that's why we talking about fighting games tonight. We'll be talking about all that type of stuff. I think your camera went out, Boris.
Too much power, huh?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, what's up? What's up, Devin? What's going on? All right, let me let's see.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah. Your camera just there you go. You back.
That was too much power. Let me tone it down.
All right, let me bring.
I was too much. All right, my YouTube channel, Omega Boris. I do a variety of videos there. Y'all should check it out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all prefer. But yeah, I was planning on streaming tonight too.
Oops, wrong button. There we go.
So,
yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah. People coming in. Or we got 39 people coming so far. But yeah. Let me go check the private chat real quick and I'll bring up all my other stuff real quick, and then we can get started on this. There we go. Got that, and then I get my.
Sure, you laid it on me. Do this stream today, man. I could have came in with my uniform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we got too good into the conversation. I'm like, damn, this is a perfect this is perfect for a stream here or whatever like that. So
yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. I said it's the perfect time. We get into the discussion. I said, let's not wait. I don't want to waste this.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste this at all. So yeah.
I had to hit you up.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about some the disappointment of Xbox and some fighting games and stuff tonight, here on this stream and everything. So we'll definitely get into it with that. I'm just getting the rest of my other links to bring this stuff up. All right. So let's see. Okay, let's go back to the chat real quick. Got some more chats in here. Let's see. Have you two seen the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves DLC pass? Yeah, Ken and Chun-Li is in it. Yeah. We want to talk about a lot of that. So what's up? He said Jonan says, what's up, Mugen Lord and Boris? What's up? What's up, Christian? Yo, what's up, Emerald? Yeah, so we gonna get into this. I think your camera went out again, Boris.
No, I turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off. Okay, got you. So yeah,
I'm coming back.
Once you come back on camera, we'll get started. And everything. Yes. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, we back.
All right, guys. Welcome to the stream, Mugen TV stream. I guess we call it Mugen TV podcast episode. I think we're on episode 5 right now. So yeah, it's got a special guest, my boy Omega Boris. I mean, we've been friends. I'm talking about early YouTube. I mean, early like 2006, 2007. Yeah, around that time, man. And like we were both like in the Mugen space, really, really heavy. He had a big Mugen following at the time as well as I did, and we constantly collaborate and just had fun and everything. So he's pretty much my day one homie. In the earlier YouTube days, and we still friends to this very day and stuff like that. So I thought it would be cool to have him here on the stream. We had gotten to a conversation tonight, earlier in the afternoon, just talking about Xbox and talking about fighting games and everything. And I said, man, we having this conversation, and I wasn't going to stream tonight. But I said, man, this conversation getting so good, man. Let's not waste the conversation on just the phone. Let's just bring it over on a live stream with you guys so we can have this discussion in this episode. So yes, Omega Boris, introduce yourself, tell them what you do, and I'll be posting the links in the chat for everybody to get a chance to go check you out. And make sure you go check them out, man. Go check them out. So go ahead, man. Let it rip.
All right. So YouTuber formerly known as Master Boris 866, but I'm now known as Omega Boris now. As you see, as Mugulos was explaining, hey, this is my day one. I've been doing YouTube since 2006, but really 2007 on my original videos, and I just do a variety of videos here, video game topics here, relationship topics, reaction videos, gameplay videos, all that stuff. I have my own thing going on. I don't like to stick to one thing because sometimes I just do other stuff and explore new things. That's what I'm all about. And also I take requests. But yeah, in this YouTube game, just same as Mugen Lord, and just doing it big.
Good. Yes. So check the chat. So in the chat, I post the links to his social media, to his Twitch, his Kick, and also his YouTube channel. So make sure you go out there, go check it out, give him a follow, give him a subscribe.
Yeah.
He covers a variety of different things, so I know there's going to be something that's bound for you guys to resonate with and stuff. So go definitely show him some love. Definitely show him some love. And of course, as I said before, you know what I got to do. I got to get how we get things going here when it comes to how we start everything off. So we're going to do. Let me see. We'll bring this up. Remember, you got to check out Striking KOTs, my brothers. They just redid the site. I'm just now seeing it now.
Nice.
Yeah, Keo was working on it for the past couple of days. So yeah, the site got a different layout and everything. But yes, definitely check out Striking KOTs. Is our own custom t-shirt company. We're based in Philadelphia. We've been doing this for the past how many years now? Like 4 or 5 years and stuff. But we've been definitely picking up a lot of steam when it comes to all this.
I gotta see what y'all got. I'm gonna get me one.
Yeah. We do custom shirts, hats, hoodies, sweatpants. We do all mouse pads, wallets. We do it all, and we done an actual package deal for a lot of streamers, YouTubers, people who got businesses and stuff like that too. We got packages for those type of people who want it, for their merchandise or for their uniforms and everything. So definitely hit us up. I'll post a link in the comment section of the chat, so you can definitely go check that out. Mugen TV was going to have an actual store here sometime this year, so you can better buy Mugen TV merchandise. Also, Venus Orion Comics is going to have a section as well, so you'll be able to purchase merchandise that's related to Venus Orion Comics as well. And of course, Venus Orion Comics will have a website where you be able to get those things. So stay tuned for that. So then we're going to move on to the Venus Orion Comics newsletter. The Venus Orion Comics newsletter. I keep telling you guys, definitely there's a benefit to it. If you go to the newsletter, is because it's free. It doesn't cost you nothing. I'll post a link to it as well. Once you subscribe, I have you on the email list. I have over 100 people on the email list. I appreciate you guys. You get behind the scenes of what's going on with Venus Orion Comics and everything. And also you get free perks like wallpapers. And I've noticed a lot of you guys been downloading the wallpapers. You've been showing off your desktop screens to me and also your cell phone screens to me as well. So I really appreciate the love. And I'm starting to see the Venus Orion Comics fan base is starting to actually grow and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. So don't forget that. We also have links at the bottom to where you can find Venus Orion Comics. So you can click those and be able to subscribe to those platforms as well. And then, of course, the Kickstarter is done. It's over. It's closed for VK Chapter 1. But Kickstarter had added a late backing feature where you can still back the campaign despite it being closed. Kickstarter just charge you a late fee on top of how much it costs and stuff like that. If you want to do that, you don't have to do that. But if that's something that you want to do to back the campaign, you can still do that. But Kickstarter leaves it to me of when to close that window. So tomorrow is the last day to back before I close out the late portion of this. So make sure if that's something that you want to do, go do that. Also, those of you who did back the campaign, it takes 14 days for Kickstarter to process everybody's banking information and stuff before they're able to send me the money from the backing and stuff that you guys pre-ordered and everything. Once I get the money in my account, then I'm gonna go out and go to mixem.com where I got my copies of the book, where I'm gonna be print off the copies of the book. But just to show you guys, I got it from Mixem. Mixem did the books. So once the money come in, once the money come in and everything, I'll be able to print off all you guys' books with the money. And then I'll be able to ship it to you guys. Now, as I said before, if you bought a physical copy, you also get a digital copy with it for free. So the moment they send the books to my studio, once the books get here, digital copies will go out to everybody. But in order for me to send out these digital copies, after 14 days, after everything processed, I'm going to send out a survey to every backer. The survey is to collect your email address, because I need your email address to send this so I can know what email to email your digital copy to. And I'm also going to have to ask your actual mailing address so I can ship off your book to you for those who got physical items. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody got physical items because we passed our goal of $4,000. Since we passed the goal of $4,000, that means everybody will get these three special keychains. So that even though you got a digital copy and got nothing and didn't get a physical copy of the book, you still get keychains for free because he passed that $4,000 stretch goal. So everybody's going to get keychains. So that's why I'm going to need all your email addresses so I can send out all your keychains along with your physical items and also your digital items. So also keep that in mind. Now, there's still 7 people who still haven't corrected their errors with their processing. So if you guys, whoever you guys are, if you haven't corrected it yet, you have to check your email because it got emailed to you guys. The Kickstarter had emailed you guys to say, hey, you're going to need to correct this. If you don't correct it, they're going to cancel your pre-order. They're going to cancel your backing, and the money won't be processed. So I won't even get any of that money at all. So it won't even count or whatever. So if you haven't corrected it yet, because we had 11 people at first, but 3 people already corrected it. So you have a week to do that, to correct all that information. And yes, so once it get here, we'll begin doing fulfillment, start shipping it out to you guys. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on VK, Variant Killers, Vampire Killers, especially when the digital copies go out. So I can definitely start to see you guys starting to review it, give your opinions on it, and I can't wait to have discussions about it and everything like that. We also got Lawrence too, or whatever. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the next time I'll invite you to next time to the stream. So we have Boris and you, Lawrence, added to the stream as well. So let's see. So yeah, so that wraps everything up for this. We're going to now get into the discussion. What we're going to be talking about today, which is what's going on with Microsoft. Microsoft have been talking about how they how now they want to move their games and have it on other platforms and everything. With the don't be surprised to see a PlayStation logo besides certain games. So there's a possibility you could see Halo, a possibility you could see Forza, maybe Gears of War. Yeah, Gears of War and everything like that, man. And it's going to be crazy.
It says coming soon. Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation. That's crazy work.
Yeah. Osmond said, yo, man, Microsoft is pulling the Sega.
They're trying to do a power move on this. They're trying to do a power move with this.
Yeah, man. So like,
before they pull the plug for real.
So yeah, so what is your thoughts on this, man? Like we talked about this before, man. What are your thoughts, like with Microsoft? Like, what do you thought what their plans was? You know, by just shifting the gears, you know, and making this decision after they've been lying so much, saying, "Oh, don't worry about it," you know, consoles and this, that, and the third, and then look at this. What's going on?
Man, I did a whole video exposing Microsoft for 2 hours straight, and it's still there on the channel that Mutant Lord says to like look up.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Exactly 2 hours. And listen, Microsoft, they never was for the games. The Xbox 360 was just a fluke. After that, it all fell apart. They exposed themselves. They shot themselves in the foot, and they had no real business plan. Do you know how many times they had meetings? And I know this for a fact because I know a person that used to be an intern. When they have meetings and they don't talk about Xbox at all, they do not talk about Xbox at all. That's something, you know, a side mission to them. You know, it is crazy in the hood, and Microsoft is now trying to act like they want to be a publisher, like like something Atari did back in the day. You know, when they went out and they started to like publish some games and stuff, but it's really another ulterior motive to get in good graces of, yeah, let's partner with Sony or Nintendo. But Sony and Nintendo ain't going for it. They'll be like, okay, we'll put your games on our system, but we know what this is about. Because if y'all remember that FTC court case, I don't know if y'all watched it. I watched day one, but I didn't even watch the rest of the days. But
yeah, that went on for a
minute.
minute.
Out what was going on, especially Jim Ryan.
Yeah, that went on for a minute.
Yeah, so and I have a friend of mine who is really big in gaming media. His name is Antonio C.R. Murray. Shout outs to him. He told me a lot about this stuff. So and he knows the gaming business than anybody. And that's where I learned some of the stuff from, from him and to my own and also Mugen Lord. Because there was some stuff I didn't even know. So yeah, Microsoft, the thing about it is they're gonna try to blame it on a sister who is like leading this Xbox brand to the ground. Because Phil Spencer, his hands is clean.
Yeah,
Matt Booty, his hands is clean, but the sister, nah, she's getting all the blame.
That's why I know, like,
what's her name? Sarah Bond?
Yeah, Sarah Bond. Like, I said to myself that, like, yeah, she may be incapable or incompetent. She may be, but at the same time, but at the same time, like, once they elevated her, they chose her because the person that's above her had elevated. So now she's elevated in that spot. I said, yo, the sister about to eat all this shit. Everything. Anytime Xbox fail, people is not going to scream at Phil Spencer much. They want to start screaming at her because she's the face of it now.
That's another DEI BS that they got going on too. I'm even tired of hearing that as a talking point at this point. Like it's true though, but
yeah, there's so much incompetence going. There's so much incompetence going on, man. They've been dropping the ball too much. And my problem, as I've always been saying, when it comes to Microsoft, me, I've been playing Japanese games my whole entire life.
But someone said something.
All right, wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold. Let me see. Lord Blade says Microsoft should have learned from Sega, but didn't. Landon said it's sad that Microsoft chose to drop out. They could have been able to compete against Sony and Nintendo if they branched out their first party and get intriguing exclusive games and content. And then Junk says this leaves space for Sega Dreamcast too, but chances are Samsung would jump in before Sega. because they would survive by hoarding
Oh
free
yeah, I
exclusives
want to say
alone.
this too. What they
You go ahead.
really afraid of is not about really Sony and Nintendo that Microsoft is afraid of. I'm hearing rumors. I would say around late 2026, 2027, Apple is going to reveal a console.
That's been talks for a minute. Apple, I wouldn't be
Apple's going to
surprised.
reveal a console, and then if they get into that console business and they be up high with it, oh, Microsoft definitely in trouble.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I remember hiring the Keisha. She's cooked. So, are you going to play Human Torch?
Hey, y'all said it. I didn't.
Yeah. No, I haven't really played Rivals much at all yet. My brother's them playing it and stuff.
I'm going to.
Yeah, so whenever I get a chance to play
rival videos coming, by the way.
He said Microsoft, but a diverse hire on a sinking ship like most companies. Damn.
Yep.
Is that Apple been a hit and miss? So like, yeah, man, like I wouldn't be surprised. And it's been talks that Apple is considering getting into like the console races in some shape or form and stuff. So
is okay, y'all buy the phones, the iPhones every year. So they're gonna probably do that with the console.
Yeah, so we want to wait and see how that's gonna go. But my biggest gripe with Microsoft
could be a hit. You just never know. Because they're in the background watching things unfold between Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. So they just looking for a time when they should attack the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, just fine without that. Apple, dear.
Apple. It's been in the talk since.
Oh yeah, Christian. Yeah, Christian. I'll definitely have you on stream. This year, I'll definitely have you on stream at some point too. Like definitely. But yeah, let's see. He said, "Who remember Dave Chappelle Apple skit?" Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's I still rocking the iPhone 8. I don't see the need to upgrade yet. There's a Scott Pilgrim movie called Scott Pilgrim Versus. It's fun and legit. Feels like a retail game. They even have a story mode. That's dope. So I go to PC. But yeah, my problem with Xbox, as I was talking to Boris over the phone, I was telling him that, yo, man, I remember growing up as a kid, when I was young, all the way from the, Sony, all the way from the NES, Sega Genesis, even up to the PlayStation. When I was young, I always thought that those consoles were American consoles because I wasn't, I wasn't like into like the gaming like news and stuff like that. Because back then everything, there was no internet. You had, gaming magazines. That's the only way you get your news on gaming, or you go to a toy store or a gaming store that specializes in that stuff to find out things. So when I was young, I always thought that Sega and Nintendo was American. But when my dad told me, he said, no, they're Japanese. With the Sega Genesis, the NES, the SNES.
They had American Corporation team,
Yeah.
Under.
And then the PlayStation and the Saturn and stuff. So once I found that out, I said to my dad, like, then what the fuck do we make then? Then, you had the Atari. Then you explained it, the Atari. We had the ColecoVision and television. And we had the shitty ass when EA made consoles. Yes, EA made a console, was the Panasonic 3DO, which I own as well. And we had the Atari Jaguar, which is all I don't know anybody that
owns the 3DO.
Yeah. It was just all ass, bro. Like I got, and we got all those. I have all those consoles here.
So you didn't have Soccer Kid?
Twisted?
You didn't have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the best version?
Yeah, bro. And I remember with the 3DO, we had got the Super Nintendo adapter, so you use the Super Nintendo controller for your 3DO. So we had Street Fighter, we had Samurai Showdown, we had a couple games on the 3DO.
Yeah, Samurai Showdown.
Yeah. Samurai Showdown. We had Samurai Showdown. I had 3D. We had a Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2. But yeah, man. And I was like, man, now even then, those consoles when I was young was ass. Now, like, man, America just make crappy ass consoles and stuff. So here it is. When the Xbox was first announced, and they got the reveal on stage where Bill Gates come out, pull the curtain, and there's the Xbox. And I was telling Boris that I ain't gonna lie, the young version of me, I felt proud, like a proud American. I was like, yo, we finally got a console that can compete. Because, Microsoft is well-known, it's a well-known brand. I said, Microsoft doing the console, they show off the console. And you know how America does it. America does it big with their presentations. They had The Rock come out, Shaquille O'Neal, they had all, it was an American thing. Like, I felt proud. I was like, yes, we finally got a console that can compete against, Sony, Sega and Nintendo and stuff. So I felt really, really proud about it. I felt proud to be an American. So let's go. We're going to get some of my favorite games on an American console and everything. And then now you fast forward. And as I said before, the Xbox 360 was the best era for Xbox. They were just busting ads.
I agree with that.
They were busting ads. And even when the 360 was revealed, I was a proud American and say, yo, that presentation for the 360, that white woman come out with the bag. She walked over with the bag and they pulled that shit out, and then everybody started going crazy. Their American energy came in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it felt really, really good, man. We got our own console, we doing our thing, and then now we fast forward to this bullshit. Like Phil Spencer. He's just dumped. He's just like constantly just gaslighting. Gaslighting everybody and stuff.
Question, Mugler.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody else that's watching,
go ahead.
What is only Xbox exclusive game you're looking forward to right now? Name me one. Give me one. Give me one.
Yeah, man. Like,
I can tell you 10 games I'm looking forward to. PlayStation and Nintendo. Well, the Switch 2 we're about to see in April.
Yeah. And Landon said something here too. He was like, what was even the point of buying game companies and studios only for them to close down the studios? Tango Gameworks. That was a Japanese company too. They had a Japanese company. Tango Gameworks with Hi-Fi Rush. And Landon, they just destroyed it.
Yeah, Landon, I'm mad because I already made a video about this. They're buying these games so they can put it up for foreclosure. They're not going to do anything about these gaming companies, these studios. They brag about they got like 45 to 50 studios, but they ain't using it for a good cause. They're just sitting there, not collecting dust and laying off freaking people in the process. Mm-hmm. They just want to buy the market. They want to have all the market share just by buying companies. They don't care about games like that.
Nope. Oh. I'm so disappointed. And then Devin said, I miss Xbox 360 store now, and I have to buy Xbox 360 games now thanks to a lot of Microsoft. Yeah, man. Like,
I'll show you an example of which one I got a 360 because I'm collecting retros too and old stuff. See, look at this.
Oh, a Ninja Gaiden too. Yeah, man. Like I show people like the collection that I had. And my collection is just fucking nuts. But I'm gonna do a proper video so everybody can see everything. I have a shit ton of Xbox 360 games. Like I said, that was the best era to be an Xbox fan, dog. That was the best. Man, they're multi-plats, they're exclusives. Like my entire friend list wasn't on the PS3. My PS3 collected dust. I didn't really touch it. I still got games on PS3 that's still in plastic that I bought, never even opened it, still there. But it's, my library on PS3 is not as big. It's not big at all. But when it came to the 360, all my friends, everybody was on that shit. Like everybody was on that damn console, man. Everybody.
Usually when I get a console, me and my family, my dad mostly, we wait 2 years after it comes out, and then we get it. So I ain't getting my PS3 until the last leg of that era.
Yeah.
And I'm just now finding out recently my PS3 can play PS1 and 2 games.
Yeah, you got the first model because you got the first model. Because they discontinued that shit. They discontinued that bad boy right away. Because
now I'm getting PS1 games for my PS3 today.
Like I said before, guys, when it came to the PS3, I wasn't going to get a PS3 at first because remember, during the time the Xbox 360 and the PS3 came out, we just experienced the housing market crash. We got the housing bubble happened, and we was about to start entering that recession, and that's where inflation was crazy at the time because the PS3 cost you damn near $800 to $1,000 a PS3 during launch. Yeah.
I should have got like what 300, 400. I can't remember how much.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, and it cost you damn near almost $1,000 to get it because remember it's 2 models based on the hard drive space. And the highest model would cost you damn near $1,000 to get a PS3. So I was like, so my dad was like, there's no way my dad was going to be able to buy me one and buy himself one or whatever like that. So we just stuck with this. The first time we stuck was just with the 360 for an entire year. Now The only reason why I got a 360, I said this. I said the only reason why I'm going to get, I said the only way I'm going to get a 360, not a 360, a PS3, is if I'm able to get it at a cheap price. Because no way in the world I'm going to spend all that money for a PS3. So, like I said before, my uncle, my mom's brother, young brother, he just got out of jail. So he got out of jail, and he always had this thing where he gets connections with people and stuff like that. So I remember my uncle had got into an argument with my mom, and my dad had stepped in with like that, and he ended up apologizing to to my mom and apologizing to my dad. He said he wanted to make things right with his with him and his nephews, which is us. And he said, "Listen, man," he said, "I want to make things right with my nephews and everybody and stuff. I apologize." And he was like, "Yo, I know this white boy. His father owns a Best Buy or whatever like that. He be stealing from his dad. He be selling shit. He be taking shit from the storage and stuff and selling it out on the streets." He said, "Yo, like whatever your nephews want, I can get it and I'll sell it to them for a cheap price." So I was like, "Are you like word?" So I went to my uncle, and me and my brothers went to our uncle, and I was like, "Yo, like, can you get us a PS3?" So he's like, "Yeah, I can get you a PS3, nephew." And so he said, "Just give me a couple of days." The next day, a couple of days later, he called us up. He said, "Yo, I got PS3s. He got a PS3 for my dad, got a PS3 for me, and Kia, and he sold it to us for $80.
What?
$80 a piece.
80?
That's how I got a PS3. And it was like the newest model of the PS3 because a year. Because remember, they discontinued that first model that back was given. So it was the next model that came in and had a big hard drive space. I only paid $80 for that. Only paid $80. That's how I got a PS3. Because other than that, I wasn't going to get a PS3 because it was just too expensive to get a PS3. But that's how I got
first came out,
a PS3.
Like, hey, this is the big guns right here.
It said, "Just took what was in front of you since we're Americans and it's here." It said, "Remember when Microsoft demonstrated the power of the OG Xbox with Dead or Alive 3? Yeah.
Remember.
Yo, Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive. Every time a Dead or Alive game came out, it showed you the power of the Xbox and what it was capable of. That was their demonstration. Just like you had Forza, like racing games is always a good demonstration of how powerful a system is. So they always show they either show Forza or it was a Dead or Alive game. You knew that you
and I hate the fact that Microsoft did not give people that made Dead or Alive props in their documentary at all for moving the units of Xbox 360, especially Dead or Alive 4.
You could, and
they didn't mention it in their documentary at all.
That's great. And another crazy thing about it is Tecmo took a big risk doing that. They totally disregarded.
Dead or Alive 4 was a launch title.
Yeah, they totally disregarded like Sony and just said, "Yo, we're gonna put it on a console where it's not even selling the most in Japan. We're going to just sell it here, where where only mostly Americans in the West is more so getting the Xbox and not really Japan." And they took that risk, but that
they did.
Like people bought Xbox just for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, man, like that was a time to be in, bro.
Just like the fact back then, exclusives matter, but since they're losing, who cares about exclusives? Who cares about exclusive? But exclusive is great though, because it gives you an incentive to buy their system. Like, you're not gonna see Super Mario on Xbox, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And with Andrew,
like that would be funny looking. You see, imagine you seeing Princess Peach advertising
look.
Master Chief.
You already know what my opinions are with third party with exclusives. Like, I don't mind exclusives. I don't really like third party exclusives. I think third party should get their hands on it. But as a first party studio, you should be putting out exclusives.
Right.
You should put at least for you as a first party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be relying on third party to give you the exclusives that you need. Pop out those first party exclusives. Those are the things that should be generating newer people onto your platform and your ecosystem and stuff. And then Microsoft just dropped the ball with that.
But Andrew, let's say Sega want to come back in the console market. You know what's going to happen first? They will come out with a new Sega console, take everything Sega out of the freaking PlayStation.
Dude, this is what I said, bro. I said if they did a new console, Sega. Or let me see what Anderson said first. He said, looking back at Xbox 360 taking over the gaming industry during the 7th generation was probably the most long-term damaging impact because it led to the Japanese developers struggling. No, there was a documentary on that. We'll talk about that in a second. Anderson, that's a good point. I'm bringing it up in a second. Now, this is the thing. if Sega decide to do a new console, right? You know, Persona is going to be exclusive. They own Persona.
Yep.
What else did they have? Like I said, they can bring the Jet Set Future Rage,
Virtual with their console.
Dog, everything will come back to them, and people will buy a console just to make sure they get their Persona, and just to make sure they get their Virtual Fighter and stuff like that. That would be fucking nuts. That would be nuts.
They'll take all their library of games back to the Sega domain.
Yeah,
and you can't play it nowhere else but the new Sega console.
Yeah. Now, this is something that Anderson made a good point about this. It did hurt Japanese companies in the long run. What Microsoft did was Microsoft changed. Like, and people don't give Microsoft a lot of credit for what they did. As far as the industry is concerned, is because a lot of Western developers mostly stuck to the PC because there's a familiar platform. You have some Western developers make some games on these Japanese consoles back in the day, like the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s and stuff. But mostly stayed on PC. That's why PC had a lot of exclusives that you could never get on consoles and stuff. But when it came to the Xbox had opened that gateway because of the architecture and everything, where a lot of Western developers started coming from the PC and start now bringing over their games over into the Xbox. And you're right about that, Anderson. Once we got to the 360 era, that's when Call of Duty blew up. You know, Halo was already popular with Halo 1 and 2. But when Halo became really, really big, then when Gears of War came out, now you got your over the shoulder cover game, third-person shooter. Xbox had really changed the landscape, of the gaming industry. And there was a documentary where they said that Japan had owned about like 80 or somewhat 90% of the gaming market.
Yeah.
But once the Xbox came out, they now had owned only 15% of the market, because now first-person shooters have became the thing. You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty dominated. Halo dominated. Gears of War came in and started just sweeping and shit like that. And Japanese developers couldn't compete. They couldn't compete because first-person shooters not really their thing. And a lot of Japanese studios was actually having discussions. Maybe we should start making first-person shooters. And a lot of them decided against it, saying, "Yo, that's not what we do here." You know what I'm saying? So now JRPGs was falling behind, because now you have Skyrim, you have Fallout, you have Western RPGs coming in. So now JRPGs is getting hurt and getting destroyed. So Japan was really, really struggling during
Scalebound.
Yeah. They were struggling during the 360 era because the market has shifted, which is why Capcom was like one of the first to try to adapt. That's why they came out with Lost Planet. That's why they came out with that shitty ass Bionic Commando with the new version of Spencer with the dreadlocks. That shit was ass. Capcom went through an experimental phase where they started adding Western mechanics to a lot of their games, because now the Western market became so powerful to the point where the Japanese couldn't just rely on just their economy and their market. This is why a lot of Eastern companies started shifting over to the West. They wanted that Western market because Microsoft opened that floodgate. Yeah, man, they opened that.
I don't understand why Sony is still in California.
Yeah. And dog, I remember when they made that announcement that they was moving to California. Sony's moving. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I said, why are you going to pack your bags? So yes, Microsoft is responsible, or take part in that responsibility. I would say that. When it came to why Eastern developers started catering to the West, because that market, they created such a massive market of these influx of Western RPGs, first-person shooters. It changed the whole dynamic of everything. JRPGs couldn't compete with the Western RPGs because of Skyrim and Fallout and many of these other Western RPGs. Everybody. That's why people started shaming, JRPGs a lot. Because of this new market of Western RPGs that you could at the time only play on PC. Now you can play them on consoles. You can play them on consoles now. You know what I'm saying? So, you would get clowned, if people found out in the West that you was playing Kingdom Hearts and shit like that.
I ain't
There was a certain segment of people on the internet who didn't like, Japanese stuff. because of how much the West had taken over with these new kind of games. And yes, it was going on. I'm not making this up. It was going on, especially in the, especially in the, like I said. Remember, we didn't have Twitter, so most of our conversations happened in GameFAQs, GameSpot forums, and all these other different forums.
Or
and
in malls where people get into fights.
Yeah. So you had these segment of gamers who pretty much dissed anything that was Japanese related or whatever like that, because Microsoft and Western games just dominated the market after that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Grand Theft Auto came. You know what I'm saying? When Grand Theft Auto came, oh my God. Like,
you know, back then midnight releases meant something.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I love midnight releases. So they bought the bloat holding these bags.
Right.
He said, "Not a thing, Boris. They killed my baby Halo. I don't give a fuck about nothing they got now." Microsoft is the video game version of Hulk Hogan.
Right.
OG NG2, the definitive version. Halo hired a writer that ruined Dragon Age.
I was told that the new Ninja Gaiden Black, they cut some stuff out. And
I
thought I had Ninja Gaiden 2, so I went and bought it.
Yeah. Well, we can get to that in a second. But I like to talk about that for a second. The Ninja Gaiden. Let me see. 1 second. I gotta catch up with everybody. When you gonna have me on the show? You want to be on the show, Kev? Just let me know. We can plan it out. I'm gonna have Christian on. I'm gonna have LG on. I can have you on as well. I'm gonna have Leon on. I'm gonna have Cassie Cage on. I'm gonna have a lot of you guys on as well. I know my boy Cook. He wants to do an interview with me, so I can even invite him on the platform. And then we're gonna have like a big, we're gonna have a panel too, where I have Boris, LG, Cassie, Leon. You know, I'm gonna have a lot. So I'm gonna let a lot of you guys know. So we're gonna be having popping discussions.
I'm down for the calls
and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. What's up, Rose? What's going on, bro? Let me catch up on these and let me get back to that. He said I get the 360 on my birthday in 2005 and got the new model of the PS3 when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out. Awesome. And then Yoko said, as a game dev, the Xbox offers me no value. Everyone uses Game Pass as sales are a 1/4 of Steam, no player base, no unique features to boost gameplay.
Yeah, that mistake was using Game Pass, man.
He said, not seeing Spider-Man and Wolverine on Xbox. Exclusives only matter for Nintendo. People buy PlayStation and Xbox for multiplats. I can get behind that, and especially when it came to Xbox. Dead or Alive 4 came out 1 month after the Xbox launch. But it's called the launch year. That's still the launch window. That's what we call it. It's the launch window. Normally, a year is considered the launch window and stuff like that. Normally within that space or whatever. Like a Dragon would be exclusive. Sega did the Sega had a console. That would be cool.
Sega would do something like if they was to come out with a console today, they was like, nope, give me all my libraries and we're gonna put it in our system. That's the only way you'll be able to play it. They will do that.
If suddenly third-party exclusives in PS5 is a bad thing. Well, this is the thing. The thing is, like, you gotta look at the time and you got to look at the time and the era, because after a while, when I got to like the PS3 and the PS4, I started hating third-party exclusives. After a while, because when that started happening, it was because now my fan base, my friend base, everybody couldn't afford multiple consoles. So now we got to the point where, especially after 360 had dropped the ball or whatever like that, now we had gotten to a point to where now my friend base had divided, because now people were going over to either PS3 or the PS4. Some people was going over to the Xbox One, and this is where PC gaming started really, really coming up. The PC Master Race. I knew a lot of problem. Yeah. I'm
thinking back on it. I'm like, nah.
I started seeing a lot of people going over to PC. I started seeing a lot of people go over to PC, and now it started becoming fragmented. So now when games started coming out, you know, it was only available for this. That means I can't play this game with my friends and stuff like that. And it started becoming more and more divided, and it started becoming more and more expensive. You get what I'm saying? So in order for me to enjoy certain things, I have to get this and get that. So now I'm like, you know what? Third-party exclusives is not. I'm not fucking with third-party exclusives no more. It should be open to everybody or whatever like that.
You got to be a freaking athlete or rapper to freaking know how to get all these games now. They're getting so expensive, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think that's what happened when it came to that. PS5 Pro
Gotta
are
be
not worth the
balling,
purchase.
dog.
Their Project Gotham was good too. So I just got here and they talk about
I
fighting. No,
just
we haven't.
got
No,
Project
we
Gotham.
haven't gotten to that yet. We haven't got to the fighting game stuff yet. We just still talking about the Xbox. It was a
See?
different time in gaming. Yeah, their Project Gotham. I remember that game too. Sony
I
prolonged the
just got it.
PS4 to the point where people didn't want to upgrade the PS5. Buying a Commando on the NES was my thing. Yeah, I still got my buying a Commando for the NES too. PlayStation move to California was the kiss of death. I agree.
Agreed.
How the tables have turned. I do remember the Nintendo RPG box covers being redrawn in the US art. Thank goodness you mentioned that JRPG part. I'm the type of gamer that doesn't mind if a game is turn-based or action-based, but it's funny people hating turn-based combat, but now want it bad. Yeah, I mean, I think Persona has a lot to do with making like turn-based like somewhat like really really now popular again, because of what Persona had did from Atlas or whatever, from Sega Atlas.
And you know what other game I'm gonna say?
What game?
What other game I'm gonna say to you that you need to play? You
What game?
already know.
This dude. No,
You
I'm going to get to the trail.
what I'm going to say. I've been on his ass for years to play that game. He would tell you he needs to start playing the Trails game. Wait till the remake of the.
Wait, hold on. I got a super chat from Anderson. He said, "Thanks for the super chat, Anderson." He said, "I definitely want to be on the show with you, as I love fighting games, JRPGs. You may disagree with some of my opinions, but I'm passionate for it." Yeah, man. I don't mind. Anybody can come up on the show. We'll set it up.
Right.
I like to do something like that where I'll set it up and people can get on and stuff like that. We could talk and stuff. I have no problem with that. Like, hey guys, keep up the amazing gaming endeavors. I always love your vids, Lord. Thanks, Smart Jair. He said in classic Mugen reading chats from 10 minutes ago. Yeah, because you guys, I mean, you some passionate guys. Like, damn, like I'm trying to keep up, and it's hard to try to have a conversation with you guys while trying to have a conversation, with my guest and everything like that.
It's crazy, Mugen Lord. I just got a notification of your stream just now.
You just got the notification.
See, this YouTube notification is broken.
Yeah, dog.
That's the crazy part. My videos, even though y'all subscribe.
That's a
until like later. Like I need to fix that.
Trails franchise is freaking incredible. Yeah, I trust me, guys. I'm going to get into the Trails.
He's gonna be 50 years old starting that game. Seriously.
I will get into that, guys. So Octopath Traveler got me back to turn-based type games.
I like
dude. I bought the first Octopath launch for Switch, and it's still in the plastic. Have not played that game. Yeah, I have not played it. Have not played it at all. It's still in the plastic. So I understand folks don't like Nintendo being ultra defensive and assholes about their IPs, but from my point of view, they're the one last Japanese companies left.
Listen,
they have survived somehow.
Use my language. This is one of the groups you don't mess with. Well, two groups actually. Mm-hmm. You don't fuck with Wu-Tang and you don't fuck with Nintendo. That's it.
Yeah. So Sonic. Sonic said Mugen and Omega. Is there any interest in racing games?
Oh,
Boris is a racing game connoisseur. Before I let Boris talk and let him go away with this because he loves his racing games. When it comes to racing games, I'm not a racing simulator type guy. Like, if you want to get me to play a racing game, it has to be arcade style, and you gotta have an anime character or
you can't even play Mario Kart
or an anthropomorphic character racing in the car with aka Sonic either racing or Mario racing in the car.
No,
other than that,
he'll get out of the map. He can't.
Other than that, I don't play games like Gran Turismo. I got the only Gran Turismo game I had was on the PS1.
Got me on the chokehold right now.
Yo, bro. The first time I played, I got the first Gran Turismo on PS1. That game was so fucking hard because I let me just hit the gas. Now my car was swerving and shit. I'm like, yo, how does this shit work? The complexities to that racing game was fucking. I'm like, this is not even fun. I like this is like this racing simulation.
It's very realistic.
Yeah. I said I can't do this. I can't do this. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, racing games. Yeah, Gran Turismo got me in the chokehold right now. I'm still trying to master that. I do like the arcade racing games like Daytona USA, the Outrun and stuff like that. And but my favorite racing game of all time, and Namco Bandai, Stop playing with me. Make a Ridge Racer. Stop playing with me. What are you doing? Like when it comes down to them, it's either you want to talk about anime to them, or they all ears. They barely don't want to do nothing with Tekken 8. When you talk about Ridge Racer, it's like, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we about to get that in a second.
They didn't make another Ridge Racer game. A proper one.
Yeah, so Cole said Romancing Saga 2 Remake is also awesome. I got that too. I bought it launched. It's still in the plastic. I got to get around to that too. It loose. That's what got me. When I saw it, I said, man, this shit look good. I had to buy it. And then it said, wasn't Trails that JRPG where localizers changed the line of one of the characters with rizzing it up? Yeah, so there was a controversy to where they used pronouns. Now, here's my take. And I know a lot of you guys are already familiar with my take about localization. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. If the game is good, and if I love the characters, because like I said, I grew up in a time where localization was bad. I know it wasn't intentionally bad, trying to go out their way to be bad. But I also give you a perfect example where I was going back and forth with somebody. We was talking about Final Fantasy 9. And before you knew about localization, I think this is another thing about social media and stuff like that, to where now what people are doing, because I was talking to somebody, I forgot what anime we was talking about, but you have somebody that literally watched anime. What they would do is they would literally go to the dub version and then go to the Japanese version to see where they fucked up at. I'm like, you're doing too much. I
ain't got time.
I don't got time for that. You're going back and forth to see where the localizers fucked up. That's just too much energy. You know what I'm saying? For that. But when it comes to localization games,
barrier to begin with.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 9, for an example, Zidane is one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy 9. Love the shit out of this character, right? Now, everybody played Final Fantasy 9 before localization, before the translations and localization, going on the internet, finding out what the actual translations are and stuff like that. Before any of that was a thing, people fell in love with the characters. People fell in love with the cast. So now we fast forward to a more modern time. People are starting to find out the translations about the characters in Final Fantasy 9. And people were saying that, well, in Final Fantasy 9, the American localization, they made Zidane more of a womanizer compared to the Japanese version. He wasn't a womanizer or whatever like that. And because of the localizations that they did with it. So now some people are now getting upset over Final Fantasy 9 that came out years ago because of the localization. I'm like, yo, this is, in my personal opinion, it's fucking stupid. Because now I'm arguing with somebody and it's a dude, like, and now I'm not a real fan of Final Fantasy 9 because I happen to not give a fuck about the the Western localization of Final Fantasy 9 and what like that. He said, yo, like, do you understand how much better Final Fantasy 9 is in its original translation? I was like, dude, I already like the original game. So me playing the Japanese version is not going to make it like it any more than I already do. You know what I'm saying? So what is the point of all this? You know what I'm saying? So
it's very minuscule to me.
Yeah, for me, like I said, people have their own standards, and I have no problem with that.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't really care. Just because the character said rising up, okay, I will roll my eyes at it, but I don't give a fuck. If the game is fun and I still like that character and stuff like that, and you still walk away and got a good experience, then I don't give a fuck about somebody saying rising up. It's not. It's to me. Like I said, people have their own standards.
I forgot that was even in there.
Yeah, that's what somebody else said. Somebody else said that, yo, I forgot that shit was in there because it was that damn minuscule, because the overall experience was a great fucking game.
Yes.
So I don't have time.
What was it? Trails Through Daybreak. What that was the game?
Yeah. And the other, because now for me, it destroys the excitement for games now, because now since we have access to this stuff, people would literally just like, buy a game or not buy a game. They go straight to find out what the original translation is first. And then since the Western one doesn't match up with it, then, fuck this game and stuff like that. And it could possibly be a good game. You know what I'm saying? I don't got
that's truly petty.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't got time for that shit. If the game is actually good, and I've been transparent about this since day one. I always said this. I always gave you my opinion what I think about localization. I don't give a shit. If the game is actually good, I'm going to play the fucking game. Yeah. Yes, I will roll my eyes when certain things come out. Yeah, I'll roll my eyes at it with like that. but it's not something that, oh shit, like my whole entire immersion was broken, or oh shit, like why did I buy this game, or fuck this game and stuff like that. No, like there, it has to be something super, egregious, like for me, like, you know what, fuck this game. But because certain words were said that I don't like or whatever like that, then I I threw the whole game away when the actual game is actually good. You know what I'm saying? I that's me personally. He said, I'll mess you up in Mario Kart. I'm not really good at Mario Kart. Like I have somebody said, have you heard of Screamers? No, I've never heard of it. Mario Kart was never good. I actually had a live stream for Mario Kart on the Wii during the Wii U era. And I was getting destroyed by you guys. And then I did the Sonic Racing Transform. And I had PJ. Yeah, I had PJ.
I had fun.
My subscriber PJ is fucking good at that game. It was me, my brothers, PJ. It was quite a few of you guys. We played it on Steam. The Sonic Racing Transform. You guys was fucking disgusting me in that damn game. It was so bad. It was so bad. I was racing myself because y'all dudes was dusting me. I didn't even see y'all anymore. Y'all was just dusting me. And I think that game was so like complicated, intricate with the different, speeds and stuff. Because this, for like when I was playing, I would go so fast. The moment I tapped the wall, my car would slow down, and then everybody would just dust past me, and I would never catch up to anybody. Now I'm just racing myself. That was not fun. So Landon got a question for Boris. You don't like English dubs and fighting games?
If they're good, because some we can't fault like back in the day. Because listen, I used to play Dynasty Warriors, all of them.
Oh, this was a
English dub, and they were terrible, but they were funny. They had a charm to it. I really don't mind unless it's funny.
And then Sonic says, y'all need to check out the new Tokyo Extreme Racer early access at the moment. Only $30 price will go up when the game done in spring.
I just got 0 and I got 3.
Yeah,
I know a new one came out. I know.
Yeah, this dude's a racing fiend. He's the connoisseur when it comes to that. MotorStorm was fun as hell.
I remember MotorStorm.
All right, let me let me say Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix.
It's not Midnight Club 2.
This dude. Christian said, have you heard of Jack X Combat Racing? Yeah, my brother Keo. I think my brother Keo had the game. He didn't really like it too much. My favorite racing game of all time is definitely Sonic Riders. That strikes my little brother's favorite racing game is Sonic Riders. He was a fucking Sonic Riders fucking fiend. Wipeout is another. Yeah, Wipeout was like one of those early, especially in the PS1 era. That came in a demo disc. Yeah, like I told you, like Boris, he got those games, man. Those racing games. Don't get him started.
Find Club Edition, Dub Edition.
Sega has to bring back Sonic Riders. It's still my favorite. Oh yeah, the new
Sonic Cross Worlds.
Yeah, Sonic Cross Worlds got the riders, got the boards. Like they put all the racing like mechanics from those different games. Now they're in one game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing a video on that on Monday. It's the new Sonic Cross Dimension Racing game. So stay tuned on that. Stay tuned on that. The new Sonic Racers look amazing. They were bringing, yeah. So that's what, stay tuned. This is going to be a video on that. This the Cross Dimension Racing Sonic game. Oh my God. Wait, seeing Extreme Gears back. Yeah. Yo, Pixel said Vigilante 8 and Twisted. Dude, no, I had Vigilante 8 on the Dreamcast. That was a generic brand.
Twisted Metal. PlayStation 1.
I had that shit on Dreamcast. That shit, I never liked the Twisted Metal anyway. I never liked the character designs. I didn't give a shit about the story, and I just didn't care about riding vehicles with guns. That was just not fun to me. That was not fun to me.
Around and all that stuff they got in there, rocket missiles and all that.
So my first racing game was Hot Wheels, World Ace by THQ.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Don't sleep on the Hot Wheels.
Road Rash. Yeah. I had Road Rash with Sega Genesis, and my favorite Road Rash was the PlayStation when that came out, and Road Rash 64 on Nintendo 64. 4-player Road Rash. Yeah. That was that work.
You'd be kicking people while you.
Yeah, dog. So Localizer have been doing stuff like that since SNES. Cross Worlds has Extreme Gears. Wubba. It's,
I'm in the pink today. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna get into the fighting games right in a second. I want to get through these comments. Yo, coming from a guy who almost done Daybreak, while I'm not a fan of some of the word choices they use for the localization, this is far from an egregious localization.
Which character,
Localization
J
can't-
Man? If
He
you don't
said,
mind me asking, which character from Daybreak who you don't like? Was it
I would,
Van? Was it Quadre?
yeah, he said, still love the game, and Van mentioning pronouns and the word Riz being used didn't really change my experience with the game at all. The game overall is still a good
Yeah,
localization effort. Yeah, that's what I said. Like for me, like I said,
I totally
like
forgot it was on
yeah,
there.
like me, I've been consistent with my stance with localization. I personally like never don't give a shit. Like if the game
Yeah.
is good and I still love the characters or whatever like that. Like I don't like for me, I don't go on the internet looking for Japanese versions, Japanese translations and stuff. Like I'm looking to be disappointed. Like at that point. I'm not against good localization, mind you. One of my favorite games of all time is Blaster Master, was actually saved
I
by the
be meaning to play
localization.
that.
But it was even Hideo Kojima said he preferred the Western localization of Metal Gear. He said because the writer that they had for the localization for Metal Gear, he read a lot of Tom Clancy books, and the way how Snake described his weapons and certain of that language, because David Hayter was talking about it. Because of that knowledge, it made Kojima preferred the Western localization of Metal Gear Solid and stuff. So yeah, so there is
He
some
was a
ups and
master
downs and stuff to
craftsman.
it. Prefer one-to-one translation, especially nowadays, where interject social political. Notable anime examples include and Dragon Maid.
I heard of before.
Yeah, it said no, they made a
I never
character
seen it, but
and
I've heard.
they. I was like, what the hell? Check the manga. The character was still a male until a joke is made. I'll check if it sounds weird. Um, do you think Nintendo of Japan was the only major Japanese gaming company that wasn't affected and held its own? Yeah, Japanese like Nintendo's over 100 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
they're Japanese like to its core. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad
They still
about
got
that.
the samurai spirit, man. They still got that samurai spirit. You know, they protecting their brand, their integrity. They was like, we're not letting it go to waste.
Yeah, what I like about Zidane, man, he was very charming, man. He just did he especially with the relationship between him and Princess Dagger and everything. And he also you have this thing where he has this bravado to him. You know what I'm saying? Where he just like he jumps in, don't think, he jumps in first, and then you also have this sensitive or serious side to him, especially once he find out how he was created and where he come from.
Well, you talking about Final Fantasy 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never finished it. It's depressing.
Yeah, when you start to find out how he was created, where he comes from, and the connection that he also have with Vivi and stuff like that, and his creation and stuff, it opened up. It was so many layers to that character or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I really liked it. I really liked this Zidane, man. He was a cool character. One of my favorites. I'm so tired of us getting affected by groups in the shadows throwing punches at each other. Honestly, the localization can mess up things if it's not done right. Adding words and especially when out of context can break immersion. Like I said, for me, it can't. I guess so. Like me, I just never paid it any mind. Like I play the game. I'm like, like whatever, and then I just continue to play it and stuff. And,
ain't nothing major.
Yeah. That's why for me, it just never bothered me much and stuff like that. Mugen, this is a losing battle to stand on. It's a losing battle, but you know me on this channel, I don't give a fuck. I personally don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it is what it is. You don't have to agree with it, but don't care. I still haven't finished Trails of Cold Steel 3. I need to start. I need to finish that.
Now.
I still have Cold Steel 4 that I need to start. The other games, I'll wait for a discount.
Please finish
entertainment. What are you more hyped for? That's a good question. I don't know what I'm real hyped I'm trying to think what I'm really hyped for this year, because I have a whole backlog of games that I'm hyped for that I haven't got around to. There wasn't really anything new announced like this year that really got me like, I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing that was announced yet you know,
This
we only in February, so I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, this what I was told. I mean, this is a rumor. I'm gonna wait and see when it's gonna happen. This new Nintendo Direct, all the games they're gonna show for the Switch too. That's what I'm hyped about. If it's true.
Oh yeah, well, Nintendo did say that the previous Direct, he said, look, the previous Direct that we did have said, yo, it's not Nintendo Switch 2, you know, announcements. It's only for games that's coming out for Switch 1. But they were saying that at some point that they was going to do a you know, Nintendo Switch 2 type
I ain't gonna spoil it for you guys.
What you call them? So
I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Mario Kart 9 or Crossworlds. Like, I don't know what Mario Kart 9 is going to be like yet, but I'm liking Crossworlds. Now, there's a rumor.
Mario Kart now. People saying it's still 8 Deluxe.
No. What I heard from the rumors, people were saying that the rumor was that Mario Kart 9 is going to have pit stops. Like, you actually have to do it. It's like a strategy
like
to it.
Turismo, like all that.
It's gonna be a strategy to it. Like, it's going to have. That's the rumor. That's why. Who was I talking to on a podcast? But yeah, there's a rumor that's going around saying 9 is going to have pit stops
again.
If I play a game that that's in a different country, I like to have characters speak their native language, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. Like,
I would prefer that because I had Stellar Blade in Korean.
Yeah, so I mean, that's fine. I mean, like I said, everybody has their you know, their choices and stuff, and what
that's
they like.
Another fighting game that need to come back. Bloody Roar.
Man. Bloody Roar. Like, I grew up off that game too, man. I had Bloody Roar 1. I didn't have 2. I had 1 and 3, I think. Which one had the Chimera chick in it? Was that 4 or was that because I had it on?
Fury, I think.
Yeah.
No. You said.
I can't remember which number that was. I can't remember which entry that was. Sonic said, "Omega, you earned a sub."
Yay! Thank you. I appreciate it.
He said, "Die like your father, you pinhead son of an ice cream maker, Geese Howard."
Yeah, the localization of Fatal Fury was hilarious.
I never replayed. I never we already talked about it.
They was just learning English too. You know what I'm saying, during those times when they was doing localization. So they just picked like a corny insult. In win quotes and fight.
Jet Moto. Oh my! My cousin had that game on the PS1. When I used to stay the night over his house, I would bring my PS1 games over to his house, and we would play his games too. And Jet Moto, he introduced me to that. I had fun with that game for what it was.
When I was a kid, but I didn't like how the water looked.
Jet Moto did a crazy
soundtrack. That's what I liked about it.
The PS1 launch game, there was a racing game. There was a PS1 launch title that I have when the PS1 first came out. It was called Extreme Racing. It was a racing game where you could pick the bicycle, skateboard, the luge, and rollerblades, and it was a split screen. And you was able to play. You were able to pick any one of those type of sports type of modes of transportation to race and stuff. And you was able to jump on ramps and do stunts and tricks. Oh my god,
that game was hard.
No one mentioned Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing, that was the game. So because that was after Mario Kart came out, and then they gave us that game. Like, yo, you had different vehicles. I was like, yo, this is nutty, but it was fun. It was fun.
Diddy Kong held his own on his own game, man. I'm glad there's some. Can you call him a Mario type of character or just?
Yeah. It's a Diddy is good. They're Mario.
They got their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they got their own stuff.
So no Bloody Roar had bad English dubbing. They gave Fox a woman's voice. Fox was an Englishman. But Fox was very. I thought he was. Back then I thought he was kind of fruity. The Fox character.
yeah.
Because he like a woman. I thought it was a woman at first.
I thought it was too. I thought he was gay.
I thought he was gay. I didn't know what trans was back then. So I thought he was like a trans or something like that. The Fox character when I was young.
I thought it was a woman at first.
Yeah. How come no one mentioned? Yeah, we already talked about that. Twisted Metal Black. He said played that game for hours.
I don't think I had Black.
I never played. I only played the Crash Racing once. Like when it came to Mario Kart, had really ruined it for me. Mario and Sonic racing games have ruined it for me. When it came to other characters, what I mean, ruined it for me. What I'm saying is, I couldn't play any other mascot racing game that wasn't either Mario or Sonic Racer.
Oh,
like Crash Bandicoot.
The Crash racing kind of like technical, especially to Crash Team.
Yeah,
Racing.
I heard it was. I played it before.
It's very
It felt,
technical.
it felt very different too when I was young. What
Jack
about Jack X?
Did I play that? I don't think I did play Jack X.
Yeah, my brother Keo, he has it.
Now, Split Second, that was my game. I played that.
I don't think I even heard of that.
I remember
that's I feel it. It looks sounding cool. Having was that in the later games? I only played 1 through 3. I don't know what you're referring to. Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yeah.
Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
Nitro Fuel. Master Boris, you like Little Caesars?
Little Caesars Pizza?
Dog, that shit.
I like that bread.
Yeah, oh, that is nothing but wet oil. They just do oil on the bread and they call it and call it a day.
Like that pizza. I like their wings and the bread. That pizza tastes like racism.
Yo, bro, Caesar pizza, you have to eat that the day that you buy it.
You tastes like water.
You cannot refrigerate it and eat it for later. You have to eat it right when you buy it. Caesar pizza is nasty as shit.
Pizza tastes like
that's hood pizza.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's hood pizza.
It tastes like dish detergent.
And when you buy, and then them damn, that's not fucking breadsticks. That's just bread. They just do oil on it.
I kind of like the bread low key,
bro.
And the wings and the bread. That's all I get from Little.
Now the wings are good, but that fucking bread is just wet bread. Well, it's just wet shiny bread.
My favorite joint is Domino's, Marco's, and Pizza Hut.
I like Papa John's. I like Pizza Hut.
Papa John's,
and
they okay. They kind of got better when Shaq came into this.
But the better pizza is just going to one that is just like the better pizza is like going to like a like one of those hole in the walls. Or go to like you go take a strip.
Hole in the wall. What?
Yeah. I call them hole in the walls. Like they let them corner. They dab in the corner. You like you can walk by and never knew it was a place. But they make like the best pizzas. Or you go to a strip. Like South Street used to have.
The mall's pizzas be good too.
Yeah, so what about Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005? I wasn't a Need for Speed guy at all. Like I said,
Which Most Wanted? They like 8 of them.
Well, he said 2000. Even down.
2005. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, that game is underrated. I mean, it was better than Mario Kart 64. I just looked it up. Damn, you were right. She never returned in the others, so I forgot. So which character is I don't like in Daybreak? I don't think there's a single character in the game I don't like.
That's good.
Nintendo has a history with the Yakuza. Yeah, they misgendered Fox. The funny thing is, in the instructions manual tells you he's a man. But yeah, yeah, because Fox had like a feminine voice in Bloody Roar. I always thought it was a chick. But then I found it was a dude, so I said, "Is he gay?"
No breast with that.
I said, "Is he fucking gay or something?" Like I said, that was back in the early '90s and shit. I said, "Is he fucking gay?" I'm like, what's up with this? Cause I used to pick Fox, so I thought Fox was a chick. Oh, like that.
At first, then I saw no titties. I was like, "That's."
I was like, "That's a dude." I said, "Yo, like, is he fucking gay?" So I beat the DS version. Was a challenge. Nintendo been around since they've been around for over 100 years. Nothing has hit the hype button for a while. I'm curious on a few titles, but that's about it. Yeah, curious.
I agree with you, Jump, but I am hype for this direct Nintendo's about to show for the Switch too.
Well, with Final Fantasy 9, like I would say Field Rush. The final boss, the way the final boss, especially if you beat the final boss said at the end to the cast members, he was saying as long as there's violence or war or something like that, he said that he will always exist and shit like that. On some shit that he said at the end. God, it's been so long. I played it twice. Well, not twice, like three or four times during that stretch period that the game came out, and I haven't went back to it since. I need to do a new. And the reason why I haven't went back to it because the rumors of the remake is the remake is coming out, so I want to wait to jump back into it again. But yeah, the ending, the final boss came out of nowhere because. They had you think that Kuja's going to be the final boss, and then this motherfucker come out of nowhere after you beat Kuja. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here?
Probably thought it was off again.
I just like the vibe more. TXR has a fun, friendlier vibe compared to Night Runners, more gritty streets vibes. He said, right now, when it comes to RPGs, after I finish Daybreak, I'm going to see if I can do a replay through of Tales of Berseria. I got to pick it up on. I I want to pick it up on a console on the PlayStation. Was it PlayStation 4? Tales of Berseria came out on.
I suppose to get Daybreak 2 next week.
Yeah.
We'll see how that is, and then after I finish that, I'm gonna start on Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth.
I still ain't started that shit yet either. And we said that was a summer game too.
Yeah, it's a summer game.
It's a summer game. This thing is a summer game. It's a summer game.
And after that, I'm gonna play the Majima game, the Pirate.
So hopefully Ninja Gaiden 4 turns out good. I don't think it's gonna be bad. I don't think it's gonna be bad.
Ninja Gaiden 4 looks great.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's good to be cautious, but I don't think it's gonna be disappointing. I mean, if you're an original fan of it, because I'm expecting Ninja Gaiden 4 going to have a lot of controversy, especially within the culture war space. I think it's gonna be, you want to have the old school fans who love Ninja Gaiden. It's going to probably be very critical of Ninja Gaiden 4, and then you have the culture war people coming in talking about rather than not if any of the female characters going to probably don't have big enough titties and shit like that, or or something being censored.
Vacation if you worry about that.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm hyped for Altair. I still haven't played any of the Atelier games. I haven't played any of those yet. It would be nice if good sales made Platinum Games fuse with Team Ninja. That would be interesting. But it's not the same team. Most of the talent left Platinum Games now and started a new studio, Clover Studios, or I think it's called. Primal Fury. Primal Fury. What was
Bloody War?
Bloody Roar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite Bloody War games, man.
I never knew the I just know Bloody Roar. I never knew this. I never paid attention to the subtitle. It's just Bloody Roar for me. Bloody Roar coming back with a decent budget. Like I said, with these new, bring it if you want to. If this company's want to
stop bull crap and stop making them pachinko games and make a game.
Yeah. This is the thing. If they want to bring back and revive older IP, especially with fighting games and stuff, they don't need to have a AAA budget. Do a AA budget and then build from there to see if the interest is there. And you build from there. If it's popular, when you make a sequel, then go AAA budget. You know what I'm saying? So did you know that Nintendo never released a new gen console under Biden presidency? I mean, that makes sense. I mean, the Switch been around. These consoles last for a long time.
Yeah.
My biggest wish right now for fighting games is remasters of Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Oh God, I love it.
That's gonna be in the Capcom Fighting Collection 3. It's gonna have the Street Fighter EX games, Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
That would be dope. That would be dope if they do that for
Street Fighter Cross Collection 3.
Nigga, don't do that. Nigga, don't say that. Don't. I know that, like we're just dreaming. But nigga, don't say that, dog. Don't say that.
I'm taking a really quick guess that
don't say that.
Fighting game collection.
Don't get me excited like that. That's
2 is coming out in May. With all them classic Power Stone and
dog. If we did get a Fighting Collection 3 and they had Tatsunoko and Street Fighter Cross, nigga, don't do that.
That's overkill, bro.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
In the Street Fighter EX game. He said War Gods.
What was War Gods? Nigga, what is that? Nigga, like what is that? What's War Gods? Yo, dog. What is War Gods?
Yo, he said War Gods. Oh snap! Hey, it's a side project Midway made. It was another Mortal Kombat.
When you said Midway, I automatically.
It was on the N64.
It's called Extreme, which spawned sequels to
Extreme. I had 2 Extreme and 3 Extreme.
And what's that? To what game? What game series?
The game you was talking about earlier with the skateboards.
Oh, got you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. What you were saying earlier.
Oh, got you.
I had 2 Extreme and 3 Extreme.
Have you played Blur? Oh, Beetle Adventure Racing on Nintendo 64. That was my little brother Strike's favorite game. And they did a big advertisement. Nintendo did a big advertisement with the Beetle company to do the Beetle Adventure Racing. And so many different Beetles that you was able to unlock on that. That was my favorite. My little brother loved that game on Nintendo 64. Said love Blur was competitive.
It was competitive. Blur was very competitive, a racing game for sure.
He said Little Caesar's crazy bread is
I like the bread, bro.
Nigga, no. Y'all niggas, dog. No, niggas. Like, y'all, get out of here. So when you only got $5, you can't do worse than Little Caesars. That's what that was nigga pizza for me. Like when it like you got $5, go ahead. Like, or if that was the only thing in your vicinity. I'll tell you one thing: Caesar pizza tastes good when you hungry. Like when you hungry, you eat all day. All right, grab a Caesar. Grab a Caesar.
They pizza tastes like dish detergent.
Hey yo, dog. Like, let me tell you something about my dad.
I can get their wings and their bread.
Let me tell you something about my dad. My dad is a cheap ass nigga. Like my dad used to get knockoff brand cereals when we was kids. My dad said, "What are you talking about? It's a bargain." Like he always say it's a bargain. Like
sometimes the off-brand cereals is better than the actual cereal.
Yeah, my dad, when it comes to like cereal and shit like that, we get the name brand cereals, but when there is a bargain, my dad loads up on bargains. So Caesar's Pizza is a bargain. My dad would come home and buy the entire family a box of their own. Dad said, "Yo, man, you can't beat this $5." Like my dad would come in with it. He'll give my brother a pizza. He'll give my daughter a box of pizza. Give me a box of pizza and stuff. My dad is the bargain master.
Man, sometimes the off-brand cereals be better than the actual cereals they trying to like copy. Like Apple Circles is better than Apple Jack, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, dog. Said thank you. I couldn't be the only one that hates Little Caesar, dog.
I like the bread and their wings. That's it.
So the state of Xbox and fighting games so bad, they had to bring back old collections. Yeah, man. Yo, shut up, Nate. That's my day one nigga. What's up, Nate? But he said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, dog. This is another thing I want to talk about too. About this generation. This generation of consoles and this generation of gaming is the worst. It's like a filler season of an anime. We got nothing but remasters, remakes, and even though, despite me liking what they're doing with the Fighters collection and stuff like that, most of this generation is made up of just remasters and remakes, and I think that sucks. That's why I'm not really excited for a lot of things that has been announced.
I got an answer to that.
Yeah, I'm curious, but I'm not excited. Now go ahead.
I'm here to tell you, Mugen Lord, what you just said is not meant for us. We old. It's meant for your daughter's age. It's meant for them. Like the Capcom Fighting Collection, all these remasters, that's for them. It's
nigga,
not for us.
Let me prove that why what you're saying is right. Because I had a discussion. We were talking about something about gaming and fighting games. And the young boys in the chat say, "Yo, shut the hell up, you old man. Like, we don't give a, he called me a fossil and shit. Like, we don't give a damn about what you think about fighting games and shit, how it used to be and shit." Oh shit. I'm like, yo, I'm in my 30s. I'm an old fucking man. I'm an old fucking man. God damn.
I got called a boomer on Twitter not too long ago.
No, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, these young boys are bitches.
I got called a boomer, man.
All right, dog, they call me an old man. They gonna shut the hell up, old man, you damn fossil. All right, god damn. All right, god damn.
Yeah, man. It's not like they're pretty much protecting the games and reviving different IPs, because some of those IPs that they have almost lost the source material. That's why they cut Ninja Gaiden 2 black, because some of the source material from the original is gone. Or Itagaki just took some of the source material away and kept it for himself.
All right, it's time to get to the fighting games now.
Yeah.
All right. So Strato said thoughts on Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Before I give it away to Boris, let me just cut you up with my relationship with Fatal Fury and just SNK in general. I was a Capcom kid growing up. I didn't really get introduced to SNK until I played Samurai Showdown on the SNES when I went to my dad's older brother's house, my Uncle Gene's house. He had Samurai Showdown, and it blew my mind away was because it was the first time I saw a fighting game that had the zoom in and zoom out feature as the characters spread apart. And then on top of that, the weapons can fall out of your hand, so you can fight with your bare hands. And then when you slice somebody, all this blood will gush out. Love the nice little ambience soundtrack that it had. So that was my first introduction. Then my Uncle Kevin, my Uncle Nemesis, my dad's little brother, he was a big Fatal Fury fan. So my introduction to Fatal Fury was the anime. I didn't know it was a fighting game. I just thought it was an anime.
I couldn't believe when he told me that.
Yeah. So he had all 3 Fatal Fury films on VHS. My Uncle Kevin introduced me to that. I started watching it with my dad, my Uncle Kevin, and my little brother, Keo. It fell in love with the characters, even though I didn't know it was a fighting game. So fast forward to PlayStation 1. You know when they used to give the demo disc out, or it used to come with your PlayStation, you get the magazine? One of the demo discs came with King of Fighters 95. And when I clicked on the demo, you was able to play as Terry Bogard, Kyo, and Iori. And when I saw Terry Bogard, I said, wait a minute, that's the guy from that Fatal Fury anime. So what are you doing on here? And that's when I found out much later that Fatal Fury is a fucking fighting game. And that's what Terry originated from. I always thought it was a fucking anime.
I couldn't believe it when you told me this.
Yeah. So, and then
you didn't know it was a fighting game.
Yeah, so I said, then I started getting confused. I said, so what's King of Fighters and what's the difference between Fatal Fury? Because I see two different games, and I see Terry in this, but I see Terry in this. I'm like, what's the difference? And then when we went to years ago, when we went to the laundromat, back when laundromats used to have a bunch of arcade machines in them. My mom and dad, and my sister and all of us went out to the laundromat. So my sister and my mom was washing the clothes, and we was help putting the clothes in the wash machine. So then my dad gave me and my brother Keo some quarters to go over to the machine. Then my dad went over to the machines, and they had the three highlight machines that was there. They had Tekken. I can't remember which Tekken it was, 2 or 3. I think it probably was 2. They had Marvel superheroes, and then they had Metal Slug. So it was my first time introducing Metal Slug. So me and Keo got on Metal Slug. I said, yo, what the hell is this? These crazy graphics. It reminded me of Contra, but the animation and the sprite work is just fucking phenomenal. So I fell in love with that.
Neo Geo so bad.
Yeah. I fell in love with that. So yes, that was my introduction to SNK. Now I said this to Boris. I said the thing about SNK characters, especially with the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury, a lot of characters seem generic to me because a lot of characters be wearing regular clothes. Like you got what's the guy name?
What's regular clothes?
Yeah, like what's his name? He had like slacks on, church shoes, he had a vest.
Robert.
No,
leave Robert out.
Dude, when you look at those when you look at the outfits, like, these are just regular clothes. They don't stand out to me. Like if you was to point it, I wouldn't know who this character is.
With church shoes on.
Yeah. He had church shoes on and shit. He had gators on and shit like that.
Robert alone.
Yeah, but Terry Bogard stood out was because he had that loud ass red jacket with the star in the back, the hat, the Converses. That was something that stood out. You like I'm able to point out
him anywhere. Wearing regular clothes.
So and then the chick named was it Kang? You know, just a chick with a short hair. She got a tuxedo suit on. I'm like Rugal. I'm like these characters do not stand out to me. I always thought they were generic
to impress, and they will beat your ass while doing it.
And then and then Ralph. You hear these basic names, Ralph, Clark. And stuff like that. I'm like, who are you guys?
Warriors.
So that's why those characters never resonated with me. They just never stuck out. The only reason why I know about Mai, because not only her outfit, she got big ass titties.
Her fighters.
Yeah. So like that's how Mai stands out and Terry Bogard stands out. You know, they're recognizable because of those aesthetics that they had. But everybody else, I just thought they were generic. You know, so Iori's kind of like stands out because of how ridiculous his outfit looks, and then kind of find out he plays a saxophone and some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? He like a goth, like we playing saxophones and shit. Like, what the fuck?
All types of instruments. He's the prince of KOF.
Yeah. So man, it's so when it comes to City of Wolves or whatever, I want to jump into this game because it looks really good. Cause first I was like, I'm not crazy about it. I said, yo, like it looks no different visually. At first, it looked no different than KOF. But when you start seeing new gameplay footage and the more and more I'm starting to look at it, I'm like, yo, this game looks beautiful.
I'm gonna check out the system overview too. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out when I get a chance too. And another thing I liked about it too is the game is 1v1. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I have a hard time grasping the concept and some of these move sets to the KOF. Like KOF 15, when I went to the training mode. Some of those inputs and shit like that is like ranking my fucking brain and shit like that.
We'll put it on simple input there.
Nigga, you know I don't do that shit. You know I don't do that.
If it's too hard, we had this conversation 1,000 times when I told you about Tekken and you want to put it on special style. I said, no, you gonna learn how to do legendary God fist, goddammit.
Yeah. So that's why when I seen this game, because King of Fighters, I already have a hard time trying to learn one character. But King of Fighters is a 3v3 team game. I'm like, now I gotta learn 3 characters. I'm like, no, I like, this is too much for me. So now when I look at this game, City of Wolves is 1v1, you know, and I'm like, okay, I actually sit down with a character and learn a character and stuff. But I do like this art style. I do like the animations to it. I do love the character designs and the aesthetics of it. So this is something I do want to give a try. I definitely do want to give a try. But yeah, go away with this, man. So what are your thoughts on City of Wolves?
Oh shoot, man! I'm just looking forward to the game. Get my hands on it tomorrow on this beta. I think it's supposed to be available at 3:00 in the morning, but I'm going to sleep. I'm wake up and play it through some content. I might stream it. I'm looking forward to it. I liking what I'm seeing. I just hope that SNK listened to what I was saying when I made a video about the promotion of the game and having the game to be a success when it comes down to marketing. Because I want this game to be big. I want them to get their first. Oh, excuse me. I want them to get their first. You know what I'm saying? Platinum selling game. You know what I'm saying? That's well known and to show the world, like, oh, I remember Fatal Fury. You know, people that's like our age and older, they'll be like, okay, I see it, and not just promote it when it comes down to the FGC thing. You want to like have a general audience of getting your stuff involved with your product. You want to go to a show where everybody is watching of all genres of games. Yeah, like the Game Awards, for example. They didn't show up at the Game Awards. That's a big mistake. So, yeah, I just hopefully they do good. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm gonna make content with this game because it looks like it's gonna be my game for sure.
Yeah. I think this may be the game that actually get me to actually get into it and actually pick it up and play it and stuff. And the junk says, "Please play Metal Slug Tactics, Mugen. It's addicting." I found out it's a tactics game. I'm definitely gonna give it a try. And then you also said Robert was a man with high class.
Right. Robert was a man.
He said SNK characters were all swagged out.
Yeah, they will beat your ass in suits and karate gi on and tank tops and all that.
He said yes. A lot of SNK guys fight with elegance. Said some SNK creators actually attended and watched fashion shows so their fighters can keep up with high fashion. That makes sense because, like I said, a lot of the characters were very fashionable. And since they were very fashionable, it didn't really, none of the characters really stood out to me because it was stuff that you could find, like you can see in real life. It didn't look ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That stood out. Oh yeah, he said Devin said Mortal Kombat versus DC is trash. I love that game. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Hey, I saw it at the store where I get these retros. I started to get it though. I started to, but I didn't get it. I might get it next time I go over there tomorrow. I might get it. Mortal Kombat versus DC. Yeah, it's Howard better not get revived in this game by doing it. Yeah, man. I don't want that to happen. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not gonna lie. I got, even though I don't play Tekken like that, I got kind of frustrated and irritated that Hayachi came back. I don't know how he came back. I didn't play the story and shit. But dog, I'm like, why? I thought you said the motherfucker. I have a whole video about that. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. And then, Bison came back. Said, this nigga back too. I didn't like that either. I thought it was goofy. Look, let me tell you about MK versus DC. Let me tell you something. Hey, Hachi looking like the final boss of Die Hard arcade. Bro. Tell me I ain't lying. Bro, like MK versus DC. Deca. Let me tell you about MK versus DC in my personal opinion. MK versus DC was pretty much responsible for why fighting games started adopting story modes, because despite how people felt about MK versus DC, because when I remember my brother, I was in college when MK versus DC was announced, right? I remember my brother Keo came out. He said, he called me up. He said, yo, man, guess what, dog? I'm picking Scorpion and Johnny Cage. I was like, no, not Scorpion. He said, I'm picking Batman and Johnny Cage. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was trolling me. He said, yeah, dog, like, yo, man, Goro and Flash gonna be crazy together. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He was trolling me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, Keo? He said, you ain't here, bro? I'm like, what? You know, MK versus DC, nigga? I'm like, MK versus DC? I was like, get the fuck out of here. You lying, nigga. He said, no, bro. Back then, now sounded ridiculous. It sounded ridiculous. So he sent me the link. But we're doing Mugen and we saying this ridiculous. Oh, shit, man. We're doing Mugen at this point. At that time,
yeah,
we called it ridiculous.
So my brother sent me the link to it, right? And I see Batman with Batman's fighting Scorpion, I think. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, my head is hurting because I'm trying to make sense of what I'm watching and stuff. And then as I'm watching the gameplay, I say, I don't know. I say, I ain't gonna lie, this shit look kind of all right. Because Batman threw Scorpion through a wall, and they sort of falling as they fall and they fighting each other. I ain't gonna lie, this shit look kind of dope. And I say, how? I said, how does this work? Like Superman can kick everybody's ass. But once the game came out, and I bought the game, and I played the story mode, and I fell in love with the story mode. I said, this is the first time a story mode is for a fighting game. It actually worked. And then he had an explanation to why Superman can get his ass kicked, because I forgot he's weak to magic and stuff like that. And also the cross dimension of the worlds is kind of like weakening them and stuff. Yeah. So when I seen that, they actually made DC characters work to fight. Because I thought DC would beat Mortal Kombat's ass, but after watching it,
Superman soul.
Yeah, after watching it and actually playing the game and play the story, I like the game. I know it's not the best. And in fact, and plus you can't murder the DC characters with the fatalities and stuff. They had to remove that stuff.
Yeah,
but I liked it for what it was. It opened up MK9 story mode. You know what I'm saying? And Ono seeing I remember when talks of rumors of Street Fighter V was in the works. You know how Ono used to take control with his Blanca toy and used to take pictures? He was in the studio and he had Mortal Kombat 9 sitting on his desk with the Blanca toy. And he was talking about story mode that he found interesting. I said, don't tell me that that Street Fighter V is going to have a somewhat style of storytelling like Mortal Kombat. So that'd be dope. I would love to see more fighting games like Tekken and stuff like that do a story mode. You know, that's like what NetherRealm Studios had
story
done.
Mode in fighting games. Like a lot of people don't care about it. I do. That makes me want to learn the character even more in the lore and all that. I like story mode fighting games.
But after a while, I look, man, when it came to Tekken, dog, I stopped giving a shit about the story in Tekken, dog. This shit started getting goofy. This shit started getting goofy, dog. Like, especially with Tekken 8, man. Like, Tekken 8, Jay was wheeling a motorcycle, then took that shit and threw that a helicopter, and the shit blew. I'm like, oh, like, come on, man. I said, shit. I'm like, yo, we no longer grounded in an Iron Fist tournament now. We're doing Dragon Ball Z shit. Him and Kazuya fighting each other, throwing each other through buildings. I'm like, man, like, I'm done. Like, this shit is getting goofy. This shit is getting fucking goofy.
Tekken is an anime now, man.
Yeah. Let's go to Tekken. Let's talk about Tekken for a second. Even though I have one of my subscribers had bought me Tekken 8, I played the story mode, completed the story mode the same night that my subscriber had bought it for me. But I'm seeing like a lot of people talking about the current state of Tekken 8, even though I haven't played like I haven't went into the lobbies, haven't really played anything with Tekken 8, but I'm starting to see a lot of people saying that they're done with the game. Like they're like completely done. People are walking away from it and stuff. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts, Boris. Like, what are your thoughts on the current state of Tekken 8 and why people are really disliking the current state of it and why people are walking away? Like
all right, me personally, and I'm gonna make a video about this. So I'm just pretty much going by what I'm gonna say. This game, I told everybody, and I made videos. I said this game before it even came out, I said it was gonna be butt. I said that.
Yeah, no.
And the reason why is Ono did not take the time. He said it in full confidence.
Here we go.
Like with his glasses on, he said it in full confidence that we're not gonna have an arcade version of this game. That's how.
Yeah.
Because usually they have a tradition that will test it out in arcades,
right?
See what's wrong with the game before they release it on console. It'll take about a year or two when it released on console. Every Tekken game did that, except for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Except for this one. There's a lot of characters, lot of characters that moves that track that shouldn't be tracking, even though when you sidestep, you know the right time to sidestep, you still get hit.
Oh, that's what you mean. That's why I keep seeing people talk about Virtual Fire say, yeah, where sidestepping actually matters. Like,
right.
And that's what they mean.
Because Virtual Fighter, it rewards you for playing the right way. When you try to play the right way in Tekken 8, you die for it.
Now I've seen people that were saying in Tekken 8 that you're punished for playing defensively, like
Yes.
for blocking. Yeah, you get punished for blocking.
There's chip damage. I mean, we got this one mechanic called heat, and I can't stand it. I said this.
That's the biggest argument there is the heat that people upset about.
I don't know if y'all remember seeing like the showcase of the heat system. You know, at first they was gonna have you do 2 heat dashes in one match instead of 1, 2. So I have to guess. This is a 50-50 heavy base game, the Tekken 8. So I have to guess twice. They was gonna have you guess twice of what your opponent, or if you in the receiving end, or what you gonna do that your opponent might have to guess if you going low, do a launcher, whatever. If y'all familiar with Tekken. So we got that. We got the heat burst. You know, it has armor on it. I don't like that. I need to take that out. The heat system need to be. This is how I would do it.
Right.
You got rage and heat at the same time.
Oh shit! I didn't think about rage. Damn, yeah.
You have rage and heat at the same time. You can use heat as soon as the announcer say round 1 fight. You just pop it just like that. I've done so many online matches where my opponent did exactly that because he cannot beat me without heat. I'm sorry. So this is how I would do it. And I know Harada's not going to do it because he's stubborn. I would have you choose heat or rage. Not at the same time. It's one or the other. In these matches. On the character select screen, you know how you choose in Street Fighter Alpha 3, A-ism, X-ism, V-ism. That's why I would have it. You having rage and heat at the same time. It's not like, even when you have the life lead, your life lead your Kool-Aid will be gone in 2 seconds because he has rage and heat at the same time. Because there's a damage boost. Like there was a fight, there was a match that I played against. He purposely wanted to go into rage and then pop in heat so he can come back and win and beat me. And there would be times that would happen because I would mess up a move or I do like a misinput of a move I want to do. And I get punished for it and all my Kool-Aid is gone. 60% of my health is gone.
All my Kool-Aid is gone. Yeah. Like that's crazy,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like I see a lot of people. I'm seeing more and more videos.
Low risk, high reward. That's what it is. Low risk, high reward, post heat mix-ups off of safe and block moves. You are correct. That's my complaint.
Get rid of rage arts. I still feel. Yeah, this is that. I want to talk about this rage arts and stuff like that because a lot of people saying like it's like Tekken is starting to lose its identity. It's becoming more like an anime fighter. You got the super moves. That's why people started getting scared when they saw the screenshot of Virtual Fire. They saw an energy bar at the end. It said, "Please, no super bar, no super meter." Like niggas was scared. Niggas said, "Please don't do that." But they promised that no, this is going to be strictly martial arts and stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe a guard meter probably.
It goes back to what I said earlier about Namco Bandai. If you're not talking about anime to them, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't talking about Dragon Ball, One Piece, an anime game that looks like an anime like Scarlet Nexus, if you ain't talking about that, they don't want to hear it. So Harada had to compromise. He was compromising making Tekken 8 for what it is. He's making an anime type of fighting game. Yeah, that's what the heat system is, really.
Yeah, because somebody made a full video talking about like how Tekken 8 is not fun even to watch competitively.
It's not.
And it was saying
I don't even take it competitive. And I've been playing Tekken competitively since Tekken 3. I was in single digits. I was a prodigy, you know. So going to and there was some broken stuff in those games too. Tekken 3, 4, Tag 1, you know, I did all of that. But Tekken 8, I have not went to not one tournament. Not one. And I mean, the last tournament I've been to was back in my hometown, and I didn't even have no idea it was a Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament. I came in 4th place. That was the last time I've been to it. That was last year. I did not support Tekken 8 competitively because I don't like how it is now. And what they're gonna talk about for season 2, that's gonna make and break them. I don't know. I think it's coming next week or something like that.
I think a lot of it's just seasons that's making it break it for a lot of games. I'll talk about it. I'll probably talk about it for next stream, but a lot of people saying the same thing about First Descendant. People saying that the third season's make it or break it because they don't fix some of the problems and stuff with First Descendant season 3. A lot of people say they leaving the game and stuff.
Oh man, First Descendant. Yeah, I like that game, but it's way funner when you play with people.
Yeah,
way more fun when you play with people.
So yeah, so when it comes to Tekken, a lot of people's talking about like, yo, like this season is like they better do something.
Guys, you know I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm not gonna shield like these rest of these Tekken players that just want to get a free fly in these tournaments, man. I'm gonna tell you something. If there's something I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. Tekken 8 is butt. All right, it is butt right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That honeymoon period went away so fast.
No, I didn't have a honeymoon period. I knew what I was getting into. I didn't have a honeymoon period. There was no honeymoon period for me. I said, you can go back to my videos right now. I said, this game's going to be butt because Harada and Michael Murray was giggling and kikiing, saying, we're not going to have an arcade version. I was like,
yo, it landed said, can we give a moment of silence for Multiverses?
Oh, man. They want to improve the game, and they in that last leg. You want to make it like how it was in the beta. I'm like,
I forgot we played. Yeah, we even played together online together. Yeah, we had fun with that. We had fun in that fucking beta. That beta was fun. That beta was fun as hell.
Noise on Multiverse.
Because remember, was it what's the name of that fucking scientist character? We ran into him by accident. We ran into him by because he wasn't even available for download. We played the Rick and Morty stage.
Oh, Rick and Morty?
Yeah, we was on the Rick and Morty stage and stuff because he wasn't in a release yet. But we was on his stage. I'm like, how the fuck? What's going on here? Like we on the stage not available. What the hell is going on?
Good Lord, you know what I'm gonna say after this. This man, what's his name? The director Tony. He got his award at the Game Awards at Diff.
He said it. No. You said it. That's the funny part. You said it. He got the award for and the Multiverse wasn't even out yet. It was just
it was a beta.
It was just a beta. He got an award. He said, "Yo, I'm telling you right now."
Got robbed.
Yeah. We said this. He Boris said this. He said, it's over for this game. He got his award. He bounced. He dipped.
We didn't hear from him like
he did. He said, yeah. So he already called him. Like, I don't know. He said, he got his award. He dipped.
Yeah.
So he had no faith after that.
He got his game award, and we ain't heard from him ever until like 8 months
I remember later. That. He said, also very polarizing balance. Characters that need to be hit, like Lang and Jen, go untouched.
All right. Okay. Listen, I played Jen since Tekken 3. Okay, and I had an opinion conversation with a fellow Tekken player about Jen. He does got some stuff that needs to be fixed, that needs to be toned down, but I think he's still overrated. Because you got other characters that are safe on block on certain things they need to not be safe of, like Elisa's chainsaw. Why I can't punish Elisa's chainsaw? Why I can't do it? It's like, and I have to guess on that too. And then you got what other character? Well, Steve is a Mishima killer, so we'll leave him alone. Leo, another secret hidden top tier character. She can take you to the wall and then back to where you came from. And
that's what somebody else said. That said almost everybody has like a full screen carry.
Yeah,
like and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That was another thing I've seen.
But some are better than others. You know, some are easier than others. Let's see. And then you got Yoshimitsu playing Soul Calibur on your ass. He ain't playing Tekken, he playing Soul Calibur. And then you got Clive from Final Fantasy 16.
Dog, that's still the stupidest nigga. Like I don't even play Tekken 8. And when I seen that reveal, I'm like, why? Like it's the same way I was like with Noctis.
Soul Calibur 6, right?
Yeah, bro.
And just revamp it like Virtua Fighter 5, like Sega did with Virtua Fighter 5 with the Revo. And just put Clive in the game. Don't put him in Tekken 8.
Yo,
like, That could have been anybody else. That could have been Bruce Irvin. I know Anna's coming out in season 2. They already showed a preview of Anna. That could have been Juan Jinray. That could have been Homer Simpson. You name it. Not Clive. What,
bro?
I would one and done somebody if you play Clive. I don't care. I was toxic in Tekken 8. It almost broke me. I was very toxic. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I played very toxic when it came down to Tekken 8 when I was playing it. Because it's like this heat stuff.
Yeah.
And then I main Jin, I've been maining Jin since Tekken 3. So I know how broken he can get. But I really do say he's kind of overrated. He is top 10 for sure. Yeah. But I would say he's a little overrated. I think people need
so Junk said, how could you have Multiverses game without Lionel or the SWAT cats? Yeah, like
SWAT cats, bro.
There were so many. It was so much they could have done. That's what I said. If you see my video, I said the biggest L in gaming history, and people can say no Concord. I'm not talking about. I don't know why people keep bringing up Concord. The reason why I'm saying the biggest L in gaming history is the fact is that how did you have such an arsenal of IP that supersedes even Nintendo? Because now you're not just pulling from like DC, you're pulling from your movie catalog,
Looney Tunes,
Cartoon Network. You have a whole arsenal of P's, and you ruined it. Like, how did you drop that ball? Like, how did you do that?
I just want to say this though. I cannot believe my whole entire life of gaming, period, fighting games in general. I'm just speaking on fighting games, where we have a real life person and gamers are saying he should be nerfed. LeBron James.
Yeah, dog. I never thought I'd be in a universe.
LeBron James.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be in a universe where we're talking about LeBron James being a character. Like, yo, dog, man, like LeBron James is like his moveset is great. I'm like, yo, hearing LeBron James mentioned in a fighting game and shit like that. And the thing is, somebody said something about they need to stop making Smash clones. The problem's not that, man. The thing is, I'm for Smash clones. The problem is about Smash clones. They try so hard to not be Smash Brothers by trying to introduce mechanics that goes against the formula what Smash type of platformer fighter is.
You know what's funny?
Like PlayStation All-Stars. Like PlayStation All-Stars.
Pixel gamers, Pixel gamers, you know what's funny? There's a lot of people in the Smash community when a Smash clone comes out, like say like Multiverses in the Nickelodeon, they would always say this is gonna kill Smash Brothers. But when you say that, you curse that game forever.
Yeah, but look, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Nickelodeon, we're gonna talk about Warner Brothers for a second. Now, this is the thing. I have no problem with Smash clones. It's all about what sells a Smash clone, or what sells that genre is the characters. The character sells that genre. Yeah. Nintendo was popular with Smash Brothers, not because just the gameplay was fun, but it's characters. It's its unique stages and level designs. It's a history. It's a celebration of Nintendo all together on top of its great gameplay. Warner Bros. could have been that replacement because they stopped supporting Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sora came out. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So this could have been that new Smash game that came in that could have dominated because everybody knows Warner Brothers. Everybody knows Looney Tunes. Everybody knows Cartoon Network. Everybody knows DC. Everybody knows Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and stuff like that. Game of Thrones.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? You had all this. You had all this in the palm of your fucking hand. And the thing where I started having like losing faith was because once I saw the gameplay, I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. This looks like it's gonna be fun. But when they said that the game was gonna be free to play, I was like, oh, this can go too late.
I want a physical copy of Multiverse.
Yeah. That's why I say. So I said, okay. So then tell me I don't have ownership of this game. Okay. And then I said this game can go either two ways. This game can monetize and microtransaction the hell out of us, where that takes more precedence than actual gameplay and fail, or this can be an awesome fucking game that's going to last for over a decade because of the ton of characters that they have, and they can constantly keep revamping, adding new stages, and all kinds of stuff they can do with it, with tournaments and everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's a Warner Brothers issue because they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, They're more concentrated on Mortal Kombat 1. They was concentrated on Suicide Squad, but they ended that in the final season. It's just they ain't paying no attention to multiverses like that.
All right, so then they say, okay, we want to be different from Smash. We're going to make it more so focused on team 2v2. Now, when I play Smash Bros, I'm not really a 2v2 guy. I hate playing 2v2 in Smash. Really? Yeah, I was never into that. I was never
ham on brawl.
Yeah, we either going to do 1v1 or we're going to play free brawl. That's how I always play.
Oh hell!
But the problem was, I was like, okay, they're going to do 2v2. I said it can work. It probably can work. Let's give it a try. So me and you played, and then I played with my brother and stuff. I liked the 2v2 in Multiverses. It was actually fun. Yeah. So when I went to try to play 1v1, the 1v1 wasn't as fun because it wasn't geared towards the 1v1 aspect. It was geared towards to play more like a team-based 2v2 type of platform fighter and stuff. So I enjoyed the characters, the cast that they had. And then all of a sudden, like I said before, they went away for a whole year. The biggest problem for them disappearing for a whole year. Yeah, shut up, nigga. It went away for a year, right? The moment it went away for a year, it's going to leave the minds of a lot of players. It's going to be so many other games that's going to come in within a year. So now you have to drum up that hype once again. And will people be hyped for it if it comes back? So now it comes back.
And they nerfed the gameplay too.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say too. When the game came back, I didn't install it right. I didn't even install it at all. Because I said I want to wait and see. Because the game came back, like, oh, why does it look slower? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I see the gameplay trailer and everything like that. I said, you know what? I'm not going to install this game because I don't want to invest my time. Yeah, I said I don't want to invest my time in this game made fucking bomb. And I kept praying. I said, God, please let Warner Brothers not fuck this up. Please, Lord, please, can you answer me, Lord? Please put your guidance around Warner Brothers and not let them fuck this up.
More focus on Kombat 1.
Yeah, and I don't even think they were focused on MK1 because MK1 sucked. I was like, yo, like they fucked that up. In Suicide Squad, they fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when I heard the news that was like May is going to be it, I'm like, oh my God. Now Nickelodeon's. I remember when Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl was first announced, I was like, yo, sign me up. I want to try this game. And then it was made by this indie company who made their own platform fighter, which people said was actually pretty good. So I said it was in the hands of them, and they said they want to be competitive. You get the L canceling, whatever it's called, wave dashing, and all that type of stuff. I said, okay, these guys want to be competitive and stuff. But as we start seeing more information, we found out that the characters don't have any voices, which is like the biggest thing to a lot of these type of platformer games, especially based off of popular IP. People want to hear these characters talk and interact with these other characters. Then it didn't have like a story mode. People want to see Danny Phantom interact with Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that. So they didn't even have a proper story mode. So they fucked that up. Like you fucked every last portion of it up. And then on top of that, it was a busted, broken fucking game. Like the game was just busted.
When I played SpongeBob and I saw his moveset, I turned the game immediately off.
Yeah, so I was going to buy it, but I stood back. So Strike, my little brother Strike had bought it. He liked it, but he got frustrated with the game and just quit the game. So then out of nowhere, part 2 comes out. So I said, okay, they're going to expand the roster. But guess what they did? Some characters that was in the first game, they decided to make them to NPC or support characters or whatever like that and replace them with new characters in the second game. I said, what the fuck are they doing? And then they added voices in the last portion of the first game at the very last minute. So they started off from. Yeah, so they fucked everything. They was just fucking it up. I said, yo, they're fucking their own games up. So it's not like it was just bad because it was a Smash clone. It was bad because they just made dumb ass decisions. Just like with PlayStation All-Stars. I was shitting on PlayStation All-Stars, but once I actually played the game, I actually had a fun time with it. But it was the stupid mechanics that they added in PlayStation All-Stars, which the only way to KO somebody is by using your supers, which is fucking stupid because then the game is divided by level 1 supers, level 2, and level 3. So if you're playing a 1v1 segment or a 1v1 portion of the game, it sucked was because certain characters, level 1s, were better supers than level 2 and level 3s.
I ain't like that concept either.
Yeah, it was a stupid concept. So they had something going, but they just do these stupid things because they trying to separate themselves from Smash Bros. No, copy and paste what Smash Bros. Did and just have your IP. Yeah, throw something in there to give you a little signature, But no, you just throw in a mechanic that just makes no sense and it goes against what these games are.
Like,
and that's what destroys
Smash
them.
Brothers still reign supreme after all these Smash clones. I mean, you know, you gotta have a game that's similar to Smash and come up your own thing and let the people that make Smash improve. Like, for example, and I'm gonna bring this up. You got Overwatch slacking off, and then Marvel Rivals came in. Now Blizzard want to step up and want to make Overwatch 2 better.
And then you know they added a third person
I wanted that since season
competitive 1. So now they have a competitive mode that's separate, but it's in third person Overwatch. So now you can see your fucking characters. I was watching the gameplay and say, I ain't gonna lie, this shit look dope. That shit look fucking
whooping their ass.
Yeah, that shit look actually kind of fucking dope. But yo, Hot Food said, do you think Dead or Alive 7 is around the corner? The Ninja Gaiden Black 2 models look good. I think so too. Let me tell you something. When we saw that in the Xbox Direct, when I saw, look, let me tell you how important logos are. Because the moment I saw that Stormy Water, I said, oh my God, Dead or Alive 7. Because, you know, Koei Tecmo logo is the stormy rain in the mountains and stuff. So you know it's going to be a ninja, Ninja Theory or whatever the name of the company is, Team Ninja game or whatever like that. The first thing that came to my head was a new DOA. Then I thought about it. I said, I don't know. It may be Ninja Gaiden, and then it happened to be Ninja Gaiden 4. But because I saw that Ninja Gaiden 4, and then they remade Ninja Gaiden Black, I think it is around the corner. And then they had a new model of Kasumi as well. So I think we will be seeing at some point a Dead or Alive 7. How soon? Don't know. I think with Dead or Alive 7, I think it should be a complete reboot, like an anthology. Like it should start the story from the beginning, and you work your way up to whatever the current.
Only cater to the FGC audience.
Yeah. So I'll let to see. Look, some people may disagree with me, but my favorite 3D fighter of all time is Dead or Alive. That's my favorite 3D fighter of all time. It's
understandable.
I love DOA. I love DOA, man.
I don't see why not.
Not because the women are hot. That's just a bonus. But the gameplay,
you know, I don't see why not. You wouldn't like
fucking awesome.
You know what I mean?
The stages,
everything you can do the holds and all that, the counters.
Yeah, that's the best part. You can win a round strictly just by doing holds.
I knew a guy that did that. He just waited for you to attack, and he just with Leon.
And then the game is also button mashing friendly. So even at a low level, you was able to feel a casual can come in and enjoy themselves and play with other casuals, and you feel like you was doing something. But it was very technical as you got deeper into it.
Right. Exactly.
I love DOA, man.
Yeah, I like DOA too, man. But yeah, man, shoot, bro.
Yeah, now I forgot about I left it out. Thanks, Landon. Nickelodeon did not give that indie company any funds for the Nickelodeon game. Yeah, they had no parts in giving them funds. They just gave them access to characters, but they didn't even fund them.
That's crazy right there.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That was them being cheap.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't even fund them.
You gotta fund them to do something, though.
See, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how they could have made PlayStation All-Stars better, aside from mimicking Smash. I'm still really into that game, dude. Like, I wish if they don't make a sequel to PlayStation All-Stars, they need to remaster it because I really want to play it. My favorite character was the Spike from Ape Escape, Jack, because Jack was broken. His level 1 was broken because what you do is you press the forward and square button where he dashed, he punched you in the gut. Even though there's no wall in the corner, the game acts like it's a wall there. The moment you get stunned, just hit your level 1. It's an instant. You can just instantly get him, and you can't get out of it. You can't roll your way out of it or nothing. It was busted. No. Like his level 1 was fucking busted. I didn't rely on any of his other supers of Jack supers. Just get you in a corner, and I'll let you push yourself in the corner. Like I would bait you into the corner, hit you with that jab, and then instant level 1, and you got caught. Spike's his level 1 was actually pretty good too with a couple of his setups. What you do is you when you press down in the square button, he swipes you with your legs with the sword. Don't continue the combo. You can just use that, and that was stun, and then you just pull out your net and you can get him. And I used to Noriko from Heavenly Sword. She was my favorite character, but she sucked in a 1v1 because her level 1 was ass. Her level 2 was as her level 3 was the better super. So when I'm playing 1v1, people would use Kratos, where his level 1 was actually really good. I had to fight to get the level 3 just in order to try to get an actual kill off with Noriko. Which that's why I said I didn't like the 1v1. I used Isaac from Dead Space. He was never one of my mains. I think he was actually pretty good. Yeah, dog, like that. I really liked it. How they could have improved it with it, like I said,
the rapper in there.
Yeah, rapper, yeah. Would they, like I said, all I said, like
it
I said
was
before,
a crazy roster, man.
But like I said, like for me, I don't think there's I don't think there's any other way for you can add something that's so unique without it actually just copy and paste in Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. They had nailed the formula. Like I said, with most platform fighters, what sells it is its characters and its level designs and stuff. I one thing with the PlayStation All Stars, I think their level designs was shitty, like stupid. They did like a hybrid, like perhaps the rapper cross with Resistance. That shit looked stupid. Wipe out crossover with Heavenly Sword. I'm like, what? It's stupid. It was like I said, like using supers to only kill somebody, and then you had the guy who runs Santa Monica Studios to run that version, that develop the game. He's pushing it to be a competitive game. I said, how can it be a competitive game where your whole mechanic is based on eliminating your opponent off of supers? They just like, and then every super is not one size fit all. You know what I'm saying? Some people's supers are better than others, and some people have to work harder to get the super that they need in order to eliminate their opponent and stuff. I said, how? Like, how can, like, what made you think that was a good idea? Another thing that turned me off with PlayStation All Stars 2, it reminded me of Mugen. You know how Mugen, you just rip characters from different games and then you just put them in there and it looks mismatched and tacky. That was the same way with PlayStation All Stars. What Multiverses did that was nice, you had live action characters from Game of Thrones fighting Bugs Bunny, but they had an art style that was consistent. Right. PlayStation All Stars, you did just rip the character models and just threw them in the game. Yeah, it was just stupid. It looked like a tacky mess. Like you had Nathan Drake, who looked like human proportions, looked more realistic and human, and then he fighting Spike from Ape Escape, who got a big ass head, spiky hair, and shit like that. It didn't mesh well. Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, DMC version of Devil May Cry Dante, the one that everybody couldn't stand. They had him fighting, Jack. Who it doesn't look right seeing them next to each other because there was no aesthetic or art style to make those characters blend together. I think they really fucked that up too. Had voice acting from the jump. Is the first game to have voice very late. Yeah. Let's see. I bet $1 DOA 7 about to be filled with. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Please don't.
I mean, I would think DOA would have like a free to play version like they had with
with 5. Yeah. And they said they actually worked. That they liked that model that they had because Microsoft copied that with Killer Instincts.
Yeah, sure did. Let's say you can try it. If you're not sure about the game, just get that. And if you're sure about we want this game.
I think all fighters should start doing that, making it free to play where you only limit it to like 3 to 5 characters, depending on your roster size or whatever, to give people a try. And you rotate the characters each time, and then you test them out. Or so you can either buy the full game or you can buy each individual character. So you give people more options. Yeah. DOA was the fighting game that got me into the the fighting games. That is what's up, man. So All Stars might come back since Jim Ryan's punk ass is finally going. But the thing is, I don't think the game performed that bad though. I think the game sold, but I don't think it performed bad enough. That's why I was curious because I said it prints money. Like, why not do another PlayStation All Stars? I didn't see a problem why they wouldn't do it with that.
Stock instead of just KOing with a super.
Give us this. Yeah, just deal with the stock.
Rivals of Ether 2 is doing all right. So
come on, like I said,
just flavor into it. Just like how Marvel Rivals put their own flavor into a hero shoes. Then again, you got Marvel superheroes in a hero shooting game. Who don't want to play that?
Yeah, dog. And I find it funny how a lot of people shitting on Marvel Rivals when they first showed it Overwatch. It's like, oh man, it's just nothing but Overwatch. But now everybody
optimistic about it the entire
no, I was hyped for it. I was like, yo, I love Marvel. Despite the current wokeness with Marvel and stuff like that, I still love Marvel. So when I was like, yo, I'm able to actually play as Spider-Man, I'm able to play as all these different characters and stuff. And I love early Overwatch, dude. I was addicted to Overwatch early on.
I was a fiend on
fiend. Like me and my brothers used to play that game religiously at the beginning. It was so much fun. So I was like, yo, like if they going, I said now we getting an Overwatch but with a Marvel skin, skin. All right, man, sign me the fuck up. I was like, I can't wait to play this damn game.
30 million players playing that game.
So I was the highest ranked Nathan Drake on PSN, the oil drum snipe. Yeah, I hated that fucking when he puts over the column, he puts over the statues, and even if you touch it slightly, you was dead. And so my little brother Strike, would put you in a situation where he would like somewhat corner you, and then when he pushes it, you couldn't even avoid it. And it also had like this physics where it slides off of each other depending on where it fell. So they could slide off a platform, and if you was near it, you was catching that shit. It was crazy. So Landon, I remember Nickelodeon also too. I stopped playing that game. So I was playing as Cole from Infamous. Oh yeah, he was in that game. Yeah. Oh, I used to pick Kat sometimes from Gravity Rush. I used to pick her too. Power Stone environments were more interactive and better, just an opinion. No, I love Power Stone. Like
Power Stone.
In my personal opinion. Yeah, in my personal opinion, that is a gameplay style that no one is adopting. Everybody's adopting Smash Bros, but no one's adopting Arena Fighters like Power Stone. Because I think that was an Arena Fighter that, to me, that was done right, and it did have some competitiveness to it. People may not agree. People always keep saying that we need a Capcom All-Star fighter, like a 2D fighter. I said no. Let's make a Capcom All-Star fighter that plays like Power Stone. You got Ryu, you got Breath of Fire characters. I think that'd be a fun way to get people into the Capcom IP who's new and never heard of some of these characters. I think they do like a Power Stone style Capcom fighting game and stuff like that. Get some Mega Man characters, get some Darkstalker characters, Plasma Sword, right? Project Justice, Street Fighter, and Cyberbots. Get a lot of these IPs, Monster Hunter, and make a Power Stone fighting game style. With Capcom characters, I will play the fuck out of that.
Very slept on and unappreciated. Like there was one particular game that I used to do. I used to make videos on my original channel, and it was a game called Anarchy Reigns.
Bro, I'm so mad because I'm glad you mentioned this. I am so mad because I never played that game because I didn't know what it was. I used to see trailers, but it was an arena fighter. How many players was it? 8 players? 4? Was it 4 or 8 players or something like that?
It was like 12.
12 players. It was an arena fighter. It had Bayonetta in it. It had the guy from Mad World, which was a Wii
pull up and fight. That's what the game is.
It was a big open arena, big open environments. It was like 12 players, and you had characters from Platinum Games IPs, original characters, and you had Bayonetta, and you had the boy from Mad World.
I was so mad that people like slept on that game when it came out.
I'm mad because I missed out on that game because I saw advertising, but I didn't know what it was. So it wasn't on 360 or the first. It was the 360, right? And PS3. Yeah, I never played that fucking game. I'm mad. I never bought it or anything. But people say, "Yo,
they had many games like you playing football, but you hit the characters to get the football."
Yeah, they were saying that it was a dope arena fighter.
I was like, that could have been the esport event right there.
Yeah, dog.
It up. Like, nobody paid attention to it. Nobody paid attention to it Urban Reign from Namco, that was really great. Urban Reign.
Yeah, man. Like
Paul and martial law was in that game. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, dog. I missed out on that game because what was it last month? People was going on a craze with that game. Anarchy Reign. People started just posting up footage and gameplay. I said, damn, how the fuck did I miss this game?
There's a resurgence going on right now about that game, too. I was seeing it on Twitter as well. I was like, y'all missed out on a great arena.
Yeah, dog. And looking at that game.
I still got those videos, too.
Yeah, dude. Looking at that game, you got to understand, some of you guys who are young, you got to understand, man, during the PS2 era all the way up to the 360 era, that was the best time to be a gamer, man. It seemed like every day or every week there was a new fucking game. There was like a new exclusive or it was a new fucking third-party game that offered a brand new experience, dog. Like like you couldn't keep up. Despite some of you guys see my 360, some of my 360 collection. Despite that big ass collection that I got, there were still games I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
There were still games that I was missing because it was too many games to keep up with. There was too many games.
I
That was the
feel that
best
way
time to be a
now.
gamer.
I kind of feel that way now because I got a lot of backlogs.
Yeah, that's I do feel that way. That not because of the so many games that's coming out now. It's just so many games that I've been collecting over time, and it's just been building up and shit like that. But yeah, man.
Back then, yeah, it was a lot of stuff that came out, you know, that you wanted to play.
Yeah, man. Like it was just that was been dope, man. It said it's at PlayStation All Stars. I heard about
I would say
Jump
Force is the most missed opportunity arena fighting game of all time. I will go out saying that Jump Force.
Oh, bro. Are you talking J Stars or Jump Force?
Not J Stars. J Stars was great. Jump Force. I'm talking about the story mode of Jump Force. They even fixed the animations. You got Frieza floating. He's standing in one. He like this the entire time when he was going up. I was like, "Are you serious? What was the budget for this game?"
Yeah,
that was the missed opportunity arena fighting game of all time.
Yeah, it was. No, dog. If you see my reaction, which I got on my channel, I was screaming because I thought we was gonna get an improved, better version of J Stars, but that didn't happen. I rather play J. I rather play J Stars. Yeah. I played it with my crew on the Discord. I played the Discord. We had a good time. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna start doing J Star lobbies again. I've been so busy with Venus Orion Comics, haven't had time to really get back into it. But I want to do some more J Stars again. J Star Victory Versus was fun. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Are you supporting Hunter x Hunter and then Impact? I want to buy that because it's from the guys who made Tatsunoko versus Capcom and Marvel versus Capcom 3.
Yeah, I like that
and stuff like that. Aiding. So I do want to support that. So yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. Jump Force should have had Yu-Gi-Oh. Jump Force did have Yu-Gi-Oh. He was in it.
Maybe probably came in later.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was in Jump Force because Yu-Gi-Oh.
Really?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh and Kaiba was in Jump Force. I got Jump Force.
See, look, all the characters in that.
Yeah.
What the hilarious part of the story was, I think it was one character from Death Note. He was asking Goku for the Dragon Balls, and Goku,
he's not even a playable character. The boy from Death Note, he's not even a playable character.
I'm like, are you serious?
He's not even
Goku gonna tell him where the Dragon Balls were.
Yeah, I got what I did was I got Jump Force on a sale. They were selling it for $20. So I bought me and my brothers a copy and bought it and gave it to him and shit like that. So he was able to play it. And then the game was a missed opportunity. And since I got it for $20, like
that could have been crazy with the story. That's what I was really upset about. That could have went like could have met Naruto. Goku could have met I don't know whoever was in that game. Rurouni Kenshin.
I was even from J Stars. I was always a Rurouni Kenshin fan. I was always a fan of Rurouni Kenshin. So it translated over to Jump Force, but Jump Force was definitely a missed opportunity. They got rid of the open and destructible environments. They decided to have 3 characters that you swap in and out instead of having more like an open arena where you can have multiplayer and stuff. It was so many things they could have did with that game, and I'm like, it's just a cash grab, and that's what they do with Bandai Namco do with these anime IPs. They're just cash grabs.
And they anime, they don't want to hear it.
Let's talk about Sparking Zero, bro. Because Sparking Zero, I said I'm not going to buy this game. I'm not going to buy it because
Sparking Zero. I'm glad they improved it,
bro. Like that honeymoon period went away so fucking fast, bro. Like
not
everybody's hurt.
I still got to finish some of the stuff in Sparking Zero. I'm just taking my time with it.
Yeah, the Bleach
they made the game better.
Yeah, the Bleach the Rebirth of Souls. People were saying that it feels, even though that it's supposed to be arena fighter, it's more like a 2D fighter. The way it plays, they say that this one. Yeah, people say it's more competitive. It's actually people say it looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, it looks nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the new Shonen Jump fighter needs to be a 2D fighter. What we need is Arc System Works to do a Shonen Jump fighter that has not only Dragon Ball characters but One Piece, Bleach, and
I wouldn't mind
Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, and make it a tag game. I'll be all for that. I'll be for that, bro. Like sign me the fuck up. Like sign me up ASAP, bro. That's how I would be. Hell, man. Shit.
Mugen Lord, do you think half of this stuff is our fault that fighting games is the way they are because we did Mugen so much?
That's a good question because like when people was hype about crossovers and stuff, I said, man, we've been doing this shit since Mugen. Like we used to say that, like, yo, we've been doing this shit since Mugen. This shit ain't new. You know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't ask you that the other day.
The game that felt more like Mugen was Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle felt like Mugen because they didn't give a fuck about the sprite proportions or anything. They just took them motherfuckers and just took them and just threw them all in that damn game. I mean, Capcom did that in the back in the day, but no, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle was a perfect example.
I thought you made the game at one point.
But I like the game though. Like I want to play that again.
This is Mugen Lord's video. This is a bull crap. I was like, oh man, because I'm just like, I'm looking back on. I'm like, we doing all the stuff that we never thought mainstream fighting games are doing now. We got freaking Final Fantasy characters in 3D and 2D fighting games now. I'm like, the only thing that makes sense is SNK characters in Street Fighter. And
that's what I want to talk about. I'm glad we were right. We talked about it. I said Street Fighter before Street Fighter 6 was announced. We said Street Fighter is going to at some point get an SNK character.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I thought we were going to probably get Kyo because King of Fighters. I don't know why I didn't go to. I said Kyo first. Or maybe Terry second.
It'll be Terry
before. Yeah. And then I also said that
mascot of SNK.
Now I was saying that King of Fighters was going to get a team Street Fighter or something like that, or a team Capcom.
I thought
we said that, but we end up getting because we didn't know that City of Wolves was going to be a thing. So we end up getting Chun-Li, and we also getting Ken Masters in City of Wolves. Now I'm throwing this out there. Don't be surprised if you get a Tekken character in Street Fighter 6. Don't be surprised. I would not be surprised to see Kazuya and Nina in Street Fighter 6. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if that happens. I mean, come on, guys. We had Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and it ain't nothing to have those move sets ripped or the models retouched up or something.
Kazuya and Resident Evil Engine, that would look funny to me. That would look really funny to me. I can't even picture that really.
They should know that we all thought that Street Fighter team was King of Fighters. Yeah.
Because Street Fighter 6, believe it or not, if you look at, because a lot of these Street Fighter players don't like the drive, rush, and whatever. If you play Capcom versus SNK 2, and you playing the SNK groove, you playing Street Fighter 6. You're playing Street Fighter 6.
This is why I'm looking forward to this collection because I'm gonna say it again. I missed out
in SNK groove. You're playing Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
it costs meter for you to run.
Yeah, because shut up. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm kind of mad at myself that I missed out on Capcom versus SNK during that era, in the Dreamcast era and everything. I never played it. Never played it. My only relationship to Capcom versus SNK is through Mugen. I never played it at all. Never owned it on Dreamcast. Never played it at all. Never played that game. And I was excited when I first saw it because I remember this is when arcades started dying out, but the FGC started getting bigger. I remember my dad took us down to South Street, me and my brothers, and there was a comic book store. And it was my first time. This is the first time I actually walked into a Locals. I walked inside for the very first time. It was the first time I saw Capcom versus SNK. I didn't even know it was a game. I didn't know it was a fucking thing. I remember when I walked into the store, walked into the comic shop, and I saw Ken fighting Terry Bogard. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "This is like a dream. This is like a dream." Because I always said, "Yo, it'd be cool to see Terry fight Ken and stuff like that." And I walked into the store, and I see all these Dreamcasts set up. Right, it was the first time I didn't know what a Local was. We walked in there. I see all these Dreamcasts set up, and these guys are much older than me. I'm like, how old was I at this time? When SNK versus Capcom 2 came out, I think I was in eighth grade, maybe ninth grade. I think 8th or 9th grade, or 7th or 8th grade. I can't remember. But I remember I walked in there, and the first time I seen everybody having custom arcade sticks for the Dreamcast, different. And then the first time I saw somebody somebody had a custom fight pad. It looked like a Sega Genesis controller, but it had 6 buttons and it was like a navy blue control Sega Genesis controller, and it had all these different color buttons on it, and it's for the Dreamcast. It was the first time I ever seen an FGC event. They had all these setups, and it's the first time I saw Capcom versus SNK. But for some strange reason, I never went out and bought it. I never had my dad buy it. I never went out and bought it. But yet I bought Marvel vs. Capcom too. But I never had it. So I missed out on that. And Mugen introduced me to the rest of that, that era. And I started getting mad. Said, "Yo, how did I miss out on this game?" And I couldn't interject myself in conversations with people who played Capcom versus SNK too.
That was a wild time.
I missed out on that era. So now the collection is coming. Yeah, man. And I'm gonna be even more mad when I play it, because like, damn, like I missed out on that era.
I thought you played it.
No, never played it, bro. Never played it.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Missed out on that. Fucking missed out.
Crazy work, man. But yeah, Mugen Lord, you can get really intricate and better in these fighting games, but you just gotta try.
Yeah, no. This is the thing. You said the word try. This is the thing with me right now. What I learned about fighting games, you have to put time into them. Like you have to practice, you and study it and stuff like that, and constantly, play online, go into labs and stuff like that. And my thing about fighting games is all about muscle memory. Me, I have to constantly keep playing that fighting game or whatever, because if I start to float away from it for a bit, I have to relearn the fucking game again. For some reason that I don't retain a lot of it. I don't retain a lot of it at all when I play these games, especially Tekken. All them fucking movesets and shit in Tekken. Tekken was always hard for me to grasp, and then trying to grasp more than one character in Tekken. Is that you bought that, or is it the stick that you made? Can't remember.
Well, I put the new top in.
Okay.
I put the new top in. This is a Hori stick, by the way.
Yeah, I gotta go online and find my find a new the converter, so I can use my fucking stick that I customized yeah, with my Venus Ryan Comics artwork on it, so I can be able to play it on my PlayStation. Cause I want to get City of Wolves on my PlayStation when that comes out, and I want to be able to use that arcade stick.
Forward to City of the Wolves, man. I'm telling you, I might come out of retirement, man, playing competitively when that game drops. We'll see. But yeah, man. Shoot, there was something else I had to ask you. Dang, I had to tell my time. I probably go remember once we get out of here. Oh shoot.
Yeah, we have to wrap up in a bit. Gotta get ready to do some other stuff.
Yeah, I hear you on that, because I know you got a comic to maintain, man. I am proud of you.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, man. Before we even close,
Orion Comics, let's go.
Yeah, man. So before we even close out, man, as I said before, if you're interested in Venus Orion Comics and stuff, go to the newsletter. You can sign up for it. I'll post it here again in the chat or whatever. Like I said, covers B, covers B, C, covers B, C, and D. You'll never be able to get these again after the campaign closes or whatever. So that'll be it. There will be a store when this Venus Orion Comics store drops. There will be a store cover and cover A. Cover A will be the only cover you'll be able to get because these get reprinted. Cover A in the store, and there will be a special store cover that's exclusive to the store. So you'll be able to choose between cover A and whatever the new store cover is going to be. And then there will be a convention cover. So in case you guys run into me at the convention, there will be a special convention cover only for conventions. So I have print-offs of that as well. So there's going to be different versions of different covers that you'll be able to get. So as I said before, now the campaign is done. You can get in late if you want to, but other than that, once fulfillment start, that's it. You won't be able to get these covers
on your Twitter.
Say that again.
Is your website on the Twitter Venus Orion Comics? Is it on?
Is the link on my Twitter? Not on my Mugen Lord, what you call them. I'll give you my I'm gonna post that in the link, my Venus Orion Comics.
Okay.
what you call them. Matter of fact, I'll put my link tree. My link tree has all my Venus Ryan Comics social media.
Okay.
So I'm gonna post that. I'm about to post that in the chat in a second, so you guys can have that. All right, yeah, it's in the. There you go. What's your Venus Ryan? Oh, my fault. I'm somewhere like I'm the juice from the Starburst. When I was saying Venus Ryan Comics, he didn't come out. I was been choking off the juice and shit. But yeah, so yeah, there's my link tree. Click on the link tree, it will have all my social media for Venus Ryan Comics that you can just go to. Are you going to Brooklyn Comic Con? Nope, I'm not doing Brooklyn Comic Con. I talked about it before. That was the Brooklyn Comic Con. We got kicked out of that Comic Con.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't share that with you.
No.
I'll speak. I'll summarize it. Well, essentially, what happened was, we made a killing. We made nearly $3,000. Like, cause the table cost us $200. We got our money back, and then we doubled. We doubled. And I take blame for this because I embarrassed my brothers because I was representing their company and stuff. And what I mean by I take blame for this was because what happened was we had a section of our own. So we had a table, and then we had an extra table that we set up. Now you have this perimeter where you have this tape at to where your section stops and stuff. So the reason why we made a killing because this older black woman came and saw me, my dad, and my brothers. And he said, "Oh my God, seeing black sons with their fathers is just like it's just amazing to see fathers and son working together and stuff." And he said, "You know what, brothers, I'm gonna support y'all today. I'm gonna bless y'all today. I'm gonna grab my family real quick." So she grabbed her family, and I mean, people started buying stuff. And then on top of that, Viz Media, one of the people from Viz Media, this black dude, he worked for Viz Media. They handle anime and stuff in the West. He came over and saw our table and saw the anime shirts that we made and everything. He said, "Brother, like this stuff is legit." He said, I'm gonna bring my crew by. So he brought his people over, and they started buying stuff. He's also cousins with one of the people from the RDC world, those YouTubers. He's cousins with one of them. Yeah, he said, yo, I can't remember which one. He said, yo, here's my cousin. He said, yo, I'm cousins with this is my cousin, right? He showed me their social media and videos with him, social media videos with him in there and stuff. And he was like, he said, yo, I know them. He said, yo, you said you come out with a comic book. He said, yo, I will plug you in with my cousin, and I can have them promote Venus and Ryan Comics. Like, dude, if they promote Venus and Ryan Comics, dude, you're gonna make a shit ton of money. You know what I'm saying? They love anime, especially. Yeah. So and this is a light skin ball. So what happened was he also knew all the voice actors, and also the Zach, the Black Ranger from Power Rangers. He came to the con. Yeah, Walter Jones. He said, yo, tomorrow, because it was a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He said, yo, he said, y'all gonna be here on Sunday? I said, yeah. He said, yo, I'm gonna bring Walter Jones over so you can talk with him and stuff like that. I'm gonna hook you up with Walter Jones. You can interview him, you can talk with him and stuff like that. I was like, all right, bet. So yeah, so what happened was we made a killing. Like, we made so much of a killing to the point where people will come over to our side, and then people will filter over to the people that's next to us. So people was making money on our side because of us. Because people will come to our table, then go over to the next table and stuff like that. So the table that was next to us, they were selling like stickers and some shit like that, whatever the fuck it was. They were selling. So it was this dude that was selling this stuff, and it was just him. And then you had the other chicks that was farther down. So what happened is, for them to get to their tables, they would have to cut through the middle of our table so they can get in. So you had these two other white chicks who were vendors. They was fat as fuck, but they would come through very nice. They were very nice. They came through. We would move our table so they can squeeze through and all this other type of shit. All right, Sunday comes. We get to the con, and we almost about to sell out of everything. So we get there or whatever. And my brother and them, so I was like, yo, Dad, I'm gonna go get me a breakfast sandwich or whatever like that. So Dad's like, all right, so I'm gonna come with y'all or whatever. So it was me, Strike, and my dad. We left, and it's my first time in Brooklyn. We go outside, go eat a breakfast sandwich. My brother Keo stayed to set up the tables and stuff. So before we go in to go eat, I'm sitting down or whatever. I'm looking at my phone. This fat white bitch come up. Never seen her before. She comes up, and as I'm on my phone, And all I hear is, why the fuck is he just sitting there? He's sitting in my spot. Like, how the fuck is I'm supposed to get to my table? So I'm looking like, somebody, who is this person with a fucking attitude? I look up, she's talking about me. So I was like, what's the attitude problem and stuff? So and her boyfriend's sitting next to us because he's the vendor that's beside us. He doesn't say nothing or whatever like that. When she noticed, because she was so fucking loud, I heard her. When she noticed that I looked at her, she had this fake ass smile and said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And said, "Oh, can I get by?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So I moved the table. So Strike sees it too. And me and Strike look at each other. And now she's like, she has this fake smile. She's sitting with her boyfriend and she's being so loud. She's bitching about me. Why the fuck is he in our section? This, that, and the third. Like, and why the fuck do they got 2 tables? And she just, I mean, she's rambling. He's trying to shut her boyfriend's trying to shut her the fuck up and stuff. Like I said, Friday and Saturday passed. Never seen this bitch a day in her life or whatever. So me and my brother Strike look at each other. Keo don't know what's going on because he's setting up certain things. So my dad said to me, like, son, like, you okay? I said, no, yeah, we fine. That's when you go leave to go get our breakfast sandwich. We come back or whatever into the convention with our food. All I hear is my brother Keo raising his voice. He's arguing. The first thing that goes in my head is that fat bitch. So I go over there. And my brother's like, yo, chill. Like, it's not that serious. What's the problem? I said, whatever the problem is, we can fix this. You're not supposed to have 2 fucking tables. You're only supposed to have 1 fucking table. You taking up our section, this, that, and the third is against the fucking rules. And my brother said, yo, if it's a problem that we have an extra table, we can just take the table down. It's not a big deal. But I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have had the table in the first fucking place. So
don't tell me you had a plate cleaner who drove you out of the old table.
So this is the thing. I'm gonna explain everything in a second. So now my older brother instincts kick in because the more and more my brother's trying to be nice, she's cussing my brother out, being disrespectful. I say, you fat bitch. Like, yo, I called her a fat bitch. I say, yo, don't ever fucking talk to my brother like that. I said, and then so now everybody, all the vendors are looking and shit like that. Everybody's quiet. So what happened was she leaves. She goes back and get one of the staff members. The staff members, she's bitching and complaining. She's pointing at her table or whatever.
I know exactly where this is going.
So the staff member looked and he just shrugged his shoulder and just walked off. He didn't give a fuck or whatever. Now, reminds you, we had this Japanese chick who was in charge of the entire staff or whatever like that. She was like kind of like the director of the thing or whatever like that. And she was nice. She came to our table. She would give every vendor like snacks, like grapes, apples, watermelons, and all kinds of stuff like that in the pack or whatever like that. And she would sit at her table and the Japanese chick would just chill with us and everything. Even other staff members came by and chill with us. And they knew we had 2 tables because we found out that at the artist gallery, whatever table they provide for you, that's the table that you use. We always used to bring an extra table because some places didn't even provide tables. So we always used to carry a table just in case. So when we found out we had an extra table, we just used our extra table to put more product on, but it was still within our space. We didn't go outside the perimeter tape or anything like that. So there was no issue there. We still respected our space.
Yeah.
So what happened was she started bitching and complaining to the staff or whatever. So now the staff is not giving a fuck. They don't care. So now she realized she's not getting her wet. So then she goes back and grabbed the Japanese chick. She comes over and she's like, okay, so what's the problem or whatever? And she said, they're not supposed to have an extra fucking table and stuff like that. I can even cut through and squeeze and get into my area and all different type of stuff, this, that, and the third. So that's when I'm like, okay, the Japanese chick, she's going to fix the situation and calm the situation down. So she turns around, she throws us under the bus. The Japanese chick said, well, you're not supposed to have a second table to begin with. So Keo was like, no, hold up, because I'm about to go in. So my brother said, you in charge of staff, right? She's like, yeah. So if you in charge of staff, you knew we had 2 fucking tables, and you sat there and you didn't say shit the whole entire time. If it was a fucking problem with like that, you should have just at least told us what like that. We wouldn't even have put the second table up to begin with like that. Now you're trying to say that it's our fucking fault for putting the second table up when you're in charge of staff and everything, and you know the rules or whatever. So that's when she was saying, well, the problem with the second table is like people can walk by and people can bump it and knock it over. And so I was like, come on. I said, this is what we're going to do right here. We're going to do this. Not one person came over and knocked over anything or bumped into our table. Let's not do this. You know what I'm saying? So now my dad is trying to calm the situation down because it's her dad. My dad trying to not, he wants to be an example. You know what I'm saying? So my dad's trying to assess the situation, but this Japanese bitch is now trying to throw us under the table for this bitch over here because this bitch is now it's causing a scene and shit like that. So now, as I'm talking to the Japanese chick, the white bitch is still cussing us the fuck out. She's losing her mind. I said, yo, I'm gonna say it one more time. Shut the fuck up, you fat bitch. I can say it again. So now, after I said that, right, all of a sudden I hear this boy with this he had a bass in his voice. Whoa, first of all, it's Sunday. We ain't gonna be cussing in here, this, that, and the third. So I look, it's this black boy shows up, got a black shirt on and everything. So my dad walks over to the boy. I said, no. So I moved my dad to the side. I'm like, first of all, I pointed out. I said, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? I'm like, because I'm like, who's this dude walking in here talking with this bass in his voice and shit like that? Like he about to do something and stuff. So I'm pointing to him. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? So I'm saying this to the Japanese chick. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? So when he finally moves over and I see he's the owner of the con, of Brooklyn Comic Con.
Oh,
yeah. So even after I seen that, I'm not backing down. Like, you don't come over here and talking some bass. Like, I'm a fucking man. I'm a fucking man. You don't come in here like this, like you tough and shit like that. So I'm gonna say it again. Like, who the fuck is you, nigga? So I'm losing my. So Keo and Strike is trying to calm me down. Then when the bull saw my dad step up, then he's like, all right, listen, brother. Like, I'm just trying to get down. Trying to get to the bottom of this, that, and the third. What's going on? So Keo explained what's going on. The white bitch go and say they have a second table and they taking up spaces that in the third. So my brother said, yo, he said to the owner, yeah. He said to the owner, my brother said to the owner, say, yo, he said, I don't have to say, yo, if it's a problem that we have a second table, I don't have an issue with that. We can take it down or whatever like that. He said, but her, she's antagonizing us. She come over here, start cussing us out. So the black boy, the owner said, well, that's besides the point. It doesn't matter what she's saying and stuff. You're not going to have a second table. So my brother said, so I come and said, no, hold the fuck up, bro. This chick come over here cussing us out, saying all kinds of profanity at us and stuff, causing a scene and stuff. And we asked her, like, yo, what's the problem? We can relieve the situation. Now you telling us it doesn't matter and shit like that. And now it's our fucking fault. So he said, well, it's in the rules that you're not. I said, besides that, you're the owner and you hired her to be the director, right? So if she's the fucking director, if we did something that was against the rules and stuff, it was her job to fucking enforce that. She didn't enforce it. She allowed us to have this fucking table and stuff like that. And since she allowed us to have the fucking table, all of a sudden it's our fucking fault. So now the Japanese girl don't get in trouble. And this white bitch, she's being protected or whatever like that. Now it's none of that, even though she's antagonizing us. She's antagonizing us. She's antagonizing us. And even after we said that, yo, we can take the table down. It's not a problem. Why are we making this a fucking issue? Now her bitch ass boyfriend is still sitting there. He not saying shit. So we know that she runs the relationship. His simp ass is just sitting there, ain't saying shit or whatever like that. So then he finally get up. Hold up. Now I'm looking at the boy like, yo, nigga, say something. I'll knock you the fuck out. Act like you tough if you want. So I'm looking at him. So he stopped for a second, didn't say anything. He's trying to calm his woman down now. I said, yeah, you better calm her down. Like, because she's about to get you fucked up. So what happened was, so Strike said, bro, calm down. You making us look like niggas right now. Like
I'm in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Say, no, you because like I said, yeah, all these white vendors around, everybody looking around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my little brother's trying,
Yeah,
and I'm the big brother. I'm gonna be the example and shit like that. And I failed as a big brother because that big brother protection came in. And then at the same time, my father is there. I don't want my father. My father is the king. The king shouldn't have to say shit or do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I like my father is trying to settle the situation and stuff. Because even when the owner see my dad, he calmed down. Once he seen that was my pops, he didn't want to he stopped getting disrespectful and stuff. He wanted to talk to my dad. Yeah, he didn't want that shit. So what happened was, after that, he said, listen. He said, all right, how about with this? Don't worry about it. He said, we're going to just need you to take the table down, which we didn't have a problem because we was already selling out of stuff. We was getting rid of the last couple of items. So I was like, all right. I was like, no problem. We'll take the table down, right? She got mad at the fact is that we took the table down. That was it. That was going to be the end of it or whatever. She took it to the next level. Now, I don't care what nobody say. My white viewers or whatever like that. White women is the white man's goal and society's goal. When a white woman fucking cry, the whole world fucking stops. The whole
Right.
fucking world freezes. So what happened was they seen that all we had to do is take the table down and it caused no more controversy. Here's what this white bitch did. She goes over to the other chicks, at the white chicks at the vendor, get in front of them and went like this and started crying in front of them. She started crying. So all the other white women that was vendors sort of crowding around her, and she's pointing at us and stuff like that, and they walk off. And these are the same white bitches that was cool with us. Now they turned on us and shit like that. The Japanese chick turned on us, and now the white bitches walk off. So now while we putting the table down, we're fine now. We back to laughing and joking and shit like that. Next thing you know, we see like 8 niggas in black shirts walking down. They got bouncers to come over, and then of course you had this one dyke bitch, white dyke bitch that come over, and they had security on it and shit. They brought them over for us.
That is some bullshit.
So my dad pushed us to the side, like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" and shit like that. So because this is the thing about the snake about the owner, because the owner came to my dad, gave my dad a pound of shakes, and no, bro, it's all cool. This in the third. And he shook my dad's hand, gave him a pound of shit, and we thought everything is cool. This dude comes back with security because that white bitch started crying, went back. Then he came back with the security, and the security was all black. It's all niggas. They came over to protect this white woman and shit. Comes over, and he said, "Listen, like, look, we want a safe environment here, and he said we caused a hostile environment, not the bitch that came over to cuss my brother. Said we caused a hostile environment." And we said, "Look, listen, I know you guys was making money today, but I'm ending it right here." And he said, "Yo, we're gonna refund you your money. Y'all got to go, or whatever."
That's some bullshit.
And that was so it was so embarrassing. And as an older brother, I felt like I failed my younger brothers because I was the one that always talked about you have to control yourself and everything like that. And I was the one that lashed out. And another thing that, and even Keo said to me, he said, "Bro, like, you gotta understand, like, bro, like, I had it handled. Like, I understand you're my big brother and everything like that, but bro, you also gotta understand this is a new generation now. You can't go out being base anymore. So a lot of these people are cowards, a lot of these people are spineless. You know what I'm saying?" He said, and plus, bro,
but it can't take it.
Yeah. And he said, bro, you don't get out the house much, man. Like, you stay in the house all day. You don't know how to interact with people. He said, me and Strike is always out the house because we do this for a living. So we constantly interact with people. So we know how to maneuver around this new generation, of society, and how to deal with these people, without coming off, as the antagonist and stuff. He said, you sit in your house all day, you do your VSRI comics, you do your YouTube channel, but you don't know how to interact with today's generation and how these people and how to maneuver. So you're thinking still like this as like the old days where you can have this conflict, you know what I'm saying? You can do these type of things at home and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about it, and Strike, my little brother, started crying and stuff because he was in the van because it was embarrassing. We had to humble ourselves because after we was packing up, her tears went away, and she did a grin. She started smirking like it was fucking funny, and I gave her that. She had a victory. She won. And dude, I want the fucking choker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I thought, I do. Yeah. Dude, I was so fucking mad, but I got into my emotions and stuff like that, and I got so mad. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, women got privilege, and then white women's top tier privilege when it comes to that, because like
plus.
Yeah. I don't care what nobody say. Like white women, like white women tears, it shuts down society. Like when white women start crying, the whole world comes. We seen what happened with Amber Heard. We seen what happened with Amber Heard. We seen what happened with a lot. You see with Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn. These are all white women. You never really see a black woman that was stopped in the fucking world for crying. I've been sexual assaulted.
Alone, man. See the snow bunny.
You never see that. Yeah, you would have black women or Asian women would cry their tears and set dudes up, but no, they don't stop the world. Like white women, they stop the world when they cry sexism, racism, sexism, harassment. We seen what happened to Jonathan Majors. He was trying to run from her. He pushed her away
from her like it was a
he pushed her and got in trouble. So white women is the white man's goal. White women run everything when it comes to this whole sexism and gender thing. White women is at the top, which makes it funny how white women always try to separate themselves from white men. They always try to make themselves the minority. White women always try to do shit like that. But yeah, I seen it firsthand. White women tears just shut their whole place down and turned and everybody turned against me and my brothers. So it was so embarrassing because we had to pack up. We had to pack everything up, and everybody's watching us. Pack up and everything. And I lost that opportunity to meet Walter Jones. I lost that opportunity to meet RDC World and stuff. I missed all. I fucked that whole opportunity up. For my brothers, I fucked it up. So now we in the van driving back home or whatever. And here's the other thing. The motherfucker never gave us refunded our money. He lied to us. He never refunded our money.
No. See,
so
we ain't going out like that.
Yeah. He never refunded.
I've been back over there showing out. About you not giving me my refund.
Yeah,
you never gave it to me.
And the thing is,
never gave me my refund. You say you did. You did.
Yeah. So we never got that when we got home. And then on top of that, another thing that was crazy. We had the van where we put everything in the van, all the equipment and stuff. The other thing that was crazy, which also I think this was another thing from God as well, and the reason why I say this from God that it was meant for us to leave early was because since we left early from Brooklyn, there was no traffic jam. We was able to just ride straight from Brooklyn straight to Philly without no stops. When we got home and put everything in the house, my dad was like, "Yo, son, I didn't want to tell you all this or whatever like that. Yo, we had no brakes. My brakes was gone. Like." We had no brakes in the van. The brakes went out or whatever like that. And Dad said, since we didn't have no traffic jam, there was nobody on the road. He said it was nothing but God that allowed me to be able to drive straight home without stopping or whatever like that. Because my dad went to go get the brakes fixed. The mechanic never fixed the brake, never claimed that he fixed the brakes. We rode all the way to Brooklyn with fucked up. So Dad said the day that we parked close to the convention, Dad said I had to leave the van there. There was no brakes. The brakes went out. They were gone. Oh, like that. So my dad's about to beat the mechanic up when he got back because my dad paid it. So the boy was like, "Yo, no, man," like because my dad was gonna sue him and shit like that. So he went back and fixed the brake because he claimed that he fixed it, but he never did. So Dad's like, "Yo," because we was making so much money that day on. If we would have stayed that Sunday and stayed there and didn't get kicked out, we would have stayed there longer, and we probably would have gotten into an accident if we would have hit that road because it gets jam packed during that time and stuff like that. So it was meant for us to get kicked out that early. It was early in the morning before the convention opened up because this during the setup. So yeah, it was definitely. So my dad came. Dad said, "Yo, son, I didn't want to scare y'all. I was driving with no brakes." Dad said the brakes went. Dad said, "Yo, the brakes went out." Dad said, "I'm gonna fuck that mechanic up," because my dad kicked out money for that, and he claimed that he fixed it and shit like that. So that was supposed to happen. Just how even though it was fucked up how we got kicked out, that was supposed to fucking happen. We had no fucking brakes.
Y'all would have had a great opportunity, especially your comic would have been booming by now if you would have met all those people.
Yeah. So he said, "Yo, speed movie scene, but in real life, damn, that's scary." Yeah, Dad didn't say nothing. I was wondering why my dad was quiet the whole trip. He was making sure to get his ass on. And by the grace of God, the road was empty. There was nobody. Yeah, Dad, it was empty. The road was fucking empty. There was nobody on the road. That's how early we were. That morning when we got kicked out. We got kicked out around like 9:30 before because the place opened at 10 on that Sunday. So we got kicked out at 9:30 or whatever like that. Man. So we got out of there quick. But yeah. Oh, hey, Mom. Mom. But yeah, yeah, man. It was, and I was too embarrassed to tell everybody because I was posting my results and we killing it here, but I never made it. I went go silent that Sunday because I was too embarrassed to talk about it.
It was a lesson learned, but you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah, man. Like I would never do Brooklyn Comic Con ever again. That bitch ass nigga, man. Like this dude sat there, smiled in her face.
That was fake as hell.
Yeah, it was fake as hell. Gave my dad a pound and the shake and stuff. Said, "No, brother, like it's good to see
come back.
You're doing and come back with security and his bitch ass." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. They said, "Dad is bleeding hard in the car. It's brave man." But my dad was quiet though. He didn't tell us that the brakes. He said, "Yo, like I didn't want to scare y'all, but like that, we was driving with no brakes." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, he's like, "Oh yeah. Everything has yeah." Well, I look like my mom. I take features from my mom. I can see it. Yeah, I take features from my mom. That's where I get my looks from. My mom, my hair, my face. Everything.
God, dang, I hate that for you, man. See, that's why I don't really like going nowhere with a lot of people because people be on some goofy times, bro. And I ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm a people person. You know, I talk to people, especially, you know, if you got some sense, you come correct.
And my brother Keo, he woke me up, and I want to say this to you guys too. You got to get out the house. And he was right, because I don't leave the house. I just take my daughter to school. I go to the gym and stuff like that, run my errands, but I only stay in the house. I don't interact with a lot of people, and that's bad. When you don't know how to interact with people and stuff, you know, things can go wrong. And like I said, and he was right. He said, "Yo, bro, me and your little brother, man, we go out, we interact with people, so we know how to navigate this new society of, you know, of cowardice people and things like that. You can't be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like people, you get shot for that. You know what I'm saying? Or you get thrown in jail for that now. You know, it's not old school anymore. You can't do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get canceled real quick. You have to know how to, and you're a bit, and what was so, and the reason why I feel so bad is because I represented their business. It made their business look bad. But so I'm glad that none of that negativity went out into the internet to cancel my brothers and stuff. But then it was a lesson learned for me, because I got Venus and Ryan comics. I can't be going to conventions where to knock niggas the fuck out because they disrespected me and stuff like that. That'd be embarrassing me. I got a whole table of Venus and Ryan comics, and I got to take down that whole setup in front of everybody because I couldn't, you know, hold my composure, even though that person is wrong. I'm a businessman. Now I understand what it feels like to run a business. I can't go out and do certain things. Sometimes I want to watch and curve my tongue a certain way sometimes because it's about my business. I like my business has to thrive. My business can't thrive if I'm saying certain things, I'm behaving a certain way. Yeah, people can say, yeah, I'll support you, man, this and the third. Like, but when it really counts, will you really support me when I really need you? You know, finances is tight with everybody and stuff like that. So you have to learn how to maneuver and navigate as a business and stuff like that. And I'm the face of Venus and Ryan Comics. So that was a lesson I had to learn then, whatever like that. So now when I go to my conventions as Venus and Ryan Comics, I know how to conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? So that was a lesson I had to learn. It was a lot of lessons. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? And then the brakes had broke down, so it was meant for us to go home early and get kicked out. And that was the only way for us to get kicked out, was to have that incident happen. So it was a lot that went down that day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm just glad they didn't go totally left.
You know, when
it could have been worse. You know.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just don't know who you are.
That Caucasian plate cleaner,
man, what a mess.
That plate eater, she need to gone somewhere with that.
You visit the LA Center for your comedy business in the future. Yeah, I want to go everywhere. I want to go to LA. I want to go to a lot of these places, and stuff. You know, but yeah, man, it's a lesson learned, man. Get out and touch grass, guys. Don't stay in your house all day. Don't stay in your house all day, man, because you don't get a sense of reality. I think that's what's wrong with society. We're not intermingling with each other. We're not physically around each other to have conversations and stuff. You know me, I've been raised by my mom and dad. They gave me my self-esteem and my confidence. I stand on business. You know what I'm saying? And since I stand on business, that intimidates a lot of people. That scares people. A lot of people don't know how to. A lot of people don't have a backbone. A lot of people don't have a self-esteem. So people would see that as me being aggressive. People would see that as me being the bully, and in some cases, me being the angry black man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I
like to throw that card in there.
Yeah, I have to throw that card in there. Yes, some people would see me as the angry black man.
Oh my God, he's angry.
Even though I'm in the right. You know what I'm saying? So that was a situation that I would never want to go through again. Now I know better now to how to conduct myself. But you got to touch grass, guys. I know this culture war stuff gets you frustrated, and things with feminism and the interaction between men and women and stuff can get you frustrated. But you gotta learn, you gotta be around people, man. You can't sit on your computer all day, can't sit on your social media all day. You gotta get outside and touch fucking grass and still get a taste of what the real world and reality is, because it's going to hinder your communication skills with people. You gotta get out there and get around people. You can't. And my brother Keo woke me up to that, and I want to implement that in VK somehow, in a story sense, about Hezekiah Draven and Isaiah and Caleb Draven. They're gonna go through a situation where the oldest brother does something like that that jeopardize everything, and they gotta humiliate. They have to go through a state of humiliation, and there's nothing they can do about it and stuff like that. So I think it'd be a good story to implement in VK at some point,
great idea.
or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So it says, when you're a professional, you assume to work with people who know their stuff. Yeah, man, it was just crazy. It's just crazy. Too much information, man. And so, yeah, but yeah, man. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the stream. There was a good lesson I wanted to teach. Yeah, I wanted to just share with you guys, man. Learn to touch grass. Nothing wrong with that. Get out there, interact with people, and everything. And I appreciate you guys coming through. Thanks, Mom, for coming through. And everything. And I know Dad's watching. Dad's always watching where he's at and stuff like that too. So I appreciate you guys, man. I'm glad you're on board. Yeah, Boris, tell everybody where they can find you and what do you have coming up next? Let people know.
Well, I'm just doing content right now on the Mega Boris channel. It's on there on the. Did you put it on the
Oh yeah, you got it in the private. Oh no, I'm doing it right now. You said you left it on the private. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on the private. I just put the my music production team, Universal VG Musicians.
Yeah, I got that.
I got the album almost a month ago called Watch the Kingdom. Please check that out. You know what I'm saying? It shows support for all the guys that was involved in the album.
It's in the chat.
Including, and myself. I was in this project as well. I'm glad to be doing music again. But I got people, saying that's in the music production team, like
Boris. He does music. Especially does like music for video games, like for fighting game albums, like Street Fighter and stuff. He did in the past and stuff like that.
That on the Bandcamp, all the albums that we have on there.
Yeah. So you definitely check that out, man.
Like the Tekken 8 concept album, the Street Fighter remixes, all that.
Knight of Nair said he subscribed to you, Boris. Knight of Nair.
Appreciate that, Knight of Nair. Thank you. And hey, I'm just out here, just keeping going with the content, and I will be. If I don't stream tonight, I will tomorrow for sure, because I am going to be playing City of the Wolves beta. And I will get content for you guys. So
yeah, I'm definitely there to try too. So yeah, man, I'm glad. I appreciate you guys coming through. Omega Boris will definitely be coming back again. I'll plan something again. This was out of nowhere. I was like, we was on the phone. I said, no, dude, we having good conversation here. We gotta do a stream and stuff.
Right.
But yes, I'll definitely coordinate it. I'm gonna have other guests on as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you. Winback too. I love Winback. And yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't know he was universal. So all right, yo. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have a good stream. Good night, I meant. And I'll see you guys soon. I will probably be streaming again Friday. So yeah, so stay tuned Friday. There'll probably be a stream on Friday. So I'll be seeing you Game Fiends later. Peace out.
Peace.